think that's it now.
Well, yes.
This new headset thing's fully charged. It's supposed to last for at least 4.5 hours.
So just enough time
play.
to play a session.
That's if this works. If it doesn't work, I'm tasting it back.
I couldn't have a headset that only lasted 4.5 hours. I forget to charge this thing all the time.
That's why I just...
Well, I don't really use. So I was thinking I'm going to use it for this really. So.
I mean, I know you bought a headset before, and we got you a microphone before. So including this one, and you had another one. I mean, how many microphones have you gone through?
Well, I've had the last microphone for a good while, and I decided we got this thing for free. Davey won it in this competition
That's
thing
right.
for free.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
So I supposedly it's like top of the line. This thing works brilliantly for gaming and online stuff and everything. So it's okay. I may as well give it a try because
it's a decent quality, but yeah, I like my stuff being plugged in. I don't need to worry about shit being charged in.
I like wireless a hell of a lot better, but I couldn't have one that only lasted 4 hours.
What do you do? Do you have
See
like
if it
two
lasts.
of them so you can swap between them if they need charged?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, this thing charges up in like an hour, and I can charge it while using it. So like, I just gotta sit here for like 30 minutes, and I have like a fucking 70% battery life, and that lasts me like 2 days. Yeah. So every now and then, if I remember before I go to sleep, I can put it on charge.
Yeah.
No, the battery life on this thing is like, I don't know, it's like 13 plus hours of running time.
Yeah.
Like using it the whole time.
I still just like wireless stuff. I hate having to charge things. I just like not being able to think about it. It's not like I like walking around my house but I'm listening or talking.
I do it all the time though. I have music or something going. I have these on the whole time.
Right.
Walking around the house.
Yeah, I don't do that. Look at all these massive HP bars everyone's got. Almost.
I hate everybody.
we'll get you to double digits. We'll get you to double digits.
I'm gonna roll a 1 now because you said that.
No, even if he rolls above a 1, he'll just generate his crow again and lose it all.
I know, I'm done. The crow's done. I'm never bringing it back.
Don't know. We've got all these weird things, all these Maslix materials and stuff like that. Who knows? You can maybe find a way to make you something.
If I roll max health on my health, then I might regenerate the crow.
I think it would be hilarious if we just got a plushy crow.
Oh yeah.
A monkey leg crow. Just made from like bits that you found lying around.
I'm just gonna buy a normal crow that I have tied to like a leather cord or something. So he can't fly
Constantly trying
away.
to fly away from you, doesn't speak.
Yeah. He's gonna have the hat on him. That's the whole reason I have him, just to put the hat on him.
This is alive. Is Birdie not right? Birdie not right? It's got like half a wee dragon wing and a breeze fire or something.
Now let me ping Thomas.
That's the thing. We don't actually know what we can do with the Basilisk hero. We know it's probably worth a fortune in some degree, but
I have written down what all the individual parts can be used for and what they can do.
Oh, the basilisk.
Yeah. The thing is, none of you are an alchemist though, or anything like that. So
No.
there he is.
Yeah, little test.
Well, we could hire an alchemist. We made enough money on this trip, right?
Well, we're about to see how much money he's made from the trip. He's finally cashing everything you're carrying.
everything was off the donkey because we saved it all to carry it with us back.
Yeah, because it was on the ship. Even Braz has got 20 HP. Even Serwin's fucking nearly 20 now.
I did have some.
Thanks. I didn't notice that.
You did last time because you were like, God damn.
No, I didn't know. I was being sarcastic, but like, yeah, I hadn't noticed that everyone had.
So
Bunch of HP.
before anything else today, you can have your luck
Might need it.
because we're back in town. Might as well have it.
I'm using mine for microarousal.
Yep, I went through, checked all the crow's tables to make sure it had the bit of information that it wasn't given me before, so I should be able to read it all off without promise now.
Is it a D12 or is it a D20 roll on the carouse?
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to I've got the macro set up for it, so I'm going to roll them, and then we'll
It's
role play out
D8.
the activity, and then at the end of it, I'll tell you like what you've got.
The hidden one.
Yeah, I also saw somebody do a house rule where you don't roll the death save counter until somebody tries to revive the person. So none of us know ahead of time how much time anybody has until you try to revive them, and then that's when you know if you're too late or not.
Oh shit!
That's brutal, right?
Like, so if it takes you 2 turns
Holy.
to get to somebody, do they do 2 death
No,
roll?
no. They do one death roll, and then because you need to count how many turns it's been since they went down, and then when you go to revive them, you roll it, and that's when everybody finds out if it's too late or not. So mechanically, it's exactly the same. You still make the roll, just like nobody knows until that point.
Right. So how would you keep the roll hidden from? It's like he gets to make his D20 roll, right? See if he comes up.
Yeah, and that's you. Every time they make D20, you just go, okay, that's been one turn, and then the next turn, etc. but you don't know until they get up or until someone stabilizes them how many turns they had. So if on the third turn you go to stabilize them, then we roll, and it's like, no, they only had one turn. It's too late.
Right, but like until someone comes stabilized, you got to keep rolling that d20, right? Because like if the player stops rolling his d20 to get up, they're like, okay, he's dead. I'm not rolling that
Yes.
20 anymore.
Yeah. Well, I guess you would need to roll it when if they rolled a 20, then you would roll it and see if it was time or not.
Oh, if it was to roll the 20s, yes, I live, I stand up, and then all of a sudden, heart attack, boom.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, yeah, so the DM had to be like, well, actually, you died like 2 turns ago. But
Yeah.
I didn't want you to stop
Yeah.
rolling. I didn't want everyone else to know. Yeah, so that'd be like, it feels bad. So
I wonder if
maybe the guy who went down should know how long, so he's not like getting his hopes up. But everyone else not knowing would be pretty cool.
The character stands up, and it's like, wait, I don't remember these gates being in front of me.
I like that. I like not knowing, cause like as a player, we all make that choice. Like, oh, we can't save him anyways, right? Because like we're not gonna waste our time.
Yeah.
Like, but now you don't know.
He can wait an
They
extra
don't know.
2 turns, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the way we're doing it just now, you don't know anyway, because only I know, because I've rolled it.
Right. But you would be like, all right, he died, right? And then we would quit worrying about it at that point. But like now, it's like,
Oh, yeah,
Well,
it
he
drags it
had
out. Yeah.
he's had 3 constitutions, so he could still be alive by turn 4. You know,
Yeah.
he could have rolled more than a 1 on his death save roll.
God, I've got a heroic scar now. I'm just like you guys.
You are right,
I
though.
think everyone's got the scar.
I did
Is
think
there anyone in
everybody's
our
got
party
something.
that hasn't got a +2 charisma from going down at some point?
We're also dashing looking.
I'm pretty sure Darnold got a +2 to charisma. Someone got a +2 to charisma.
Dirtle did. It was the first
Yeah.
battle scar I got. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. So you guys got matching handsome scars, I guess. I don't know.
Got a really matching handsome scar, but I've also got a permanent concussion, so I'm a bit dumber, but just prettier overall.
That's normal though, right?
Part
Mine's are all things like lingering injury, ragged face, and severed tenon.
Yeah, ragged face is the scar. Yeah.
I'm just imagining like what it looks like is like Braz has this really nasty dent in his head for the concussion, and people are looking at him going, "Oh no!" And he turns around, he's just got a Giga Chad face, and they're just like, "Oh."
just smiles, and the light of Saint Tyragnis just shines behind him like a halo, and they're like, "Whoa!"
Beyond Horizon plays.
And then realize he's woken up in a pile of a dung heap.
No, he's
The
was
rest of the
sacrificed.
party then step forward as well, and it's like everyone's face just immediately falls. So.
Yeah, but the ship came in eventually, and he was made port into Ivor. Now, this is the city of gleaming white stone. You, of course, have been here before, except for Serwyn. The architecture is much larger to accommodate the size of the Loxodons who built it. The population is almost all Thanian, and most of the Thanians are actually the Taurans, who outnumber the Loxodons like 2 to 1. You'll see the occasional Riots wandering around the streets as well. The streets are very wide. There's lots of trees and bushes. Like, they just let the jungle grow in to the city, so it's a real mix of the urban and the wilderness together. It's a very the buildings are not very high. They'll be like 2 or 3 stories at most, and it's generally just like very widespread out kind of city. But this is the Loxodon's capital. It is the only city that Thanians really have to themselves after the humans pushed them back. But the Loxodons, they founded it, and they are the ones in charge. They hold all the positions of prominence, and they're ruled over by their queen, the matriarch. So as you pull in Serwyn, I mean, it's the elves that have, came here because they're on a mission. Them and Emeth will ask you, Serwyn, are you coming along with them to the Laurelian embassy, or are you going to stick with this ragtag band that you're with?
While like they don't seem the safest people to hang around, I do think there's some value in keeping an eye on them, especially if they've got this skull that has something to do with the Viperians and we don't know what. So like, Emeth can report to the embassy, and Sullivan, I think, will hang around with them.
Yeah, I think she's made clear to you and the soldiers that she's going to go in and report everything that's happened, because she's concerned about what was going on. Soldiers are obviously there because they've got a mission to pass messages on. But yeah, if you're going to hang around with them and sort of keep an eye on them, I think they'll also agree that that's probably a good idea as well, especially if they're carrying an artifact that might be of importance to the Viperians.
One of them doesn't need an eye kept on, but the rest.
Dirtle is totally innocent and not at all suspicious.
Surprisingly
Like,
less
clean,
suspicious than Tank.
But Serwyn, you'll be given an offer to come into the Laurelian embassy at any point if you need any assistance or if you want to communicate or you want to return home. The door is open for you.
Good to know.
Yep. As for the rest of you, before last time you were here, it was the Black Swords Guild Hall was your sort of base of operations. You have your account there with stuff in it and money. I've left Bucky here because you've got all your stuff loaded onto the ship that you can transport away with you. Or if you want, you can just hit the market just now and start selling things and see where you are at financially.
Should we
Oh, yeah,
use?
Sorry, on you go.
I was going to say, should we use the Black Swords as a place to gather, collect everything, figure out who's selling what, and how best to split everything?
I thought we'd just gather it all, see what we sell and how much money we've got, and then as a total, and then just split it out.
Also, bear in mind, there was an incident last time he was in the city. He was left fairly soon afterwards, but words were said to use about Durdle. Durdle was like investigated. I think you talked your way out of it, Durdle. Was that the rule that you made?
I think like I critted or something with it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
So yeah, because you had this. That was right. You had the ghost that spoke up for you.
Yeah, because there was a mass murder of Tauren-looking folk, and the ghost was following me around and supporting me, and then it came to my rescue.
So legally, you were like let off the hook, but you know they're
Yeah.
probably still talk around town about the dwarf or the demon who led a bunch of young Tauren to their deaths.
I was about to say, when has legality and religion ever been good back in the day?
Or ever.
Religion don't care about the legal rights. That's it.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. What order you want to do things in?
I
Where
wish
you
I
want to
could,
go?
wish I could beat some of these spells.
I think if we work out how much money we've got, then we can work out what we're going to buy in terms, and then he'll hit the guild halls for resting up and stuff.
Yes.
Also, we can discuss if you want to keep specific things to maybe look for a specialist on, such like the basilisk stuff.
If you want to know specifics of some of the scrolls that are for sale, I can tell you, Drac.
Yeah, I'll do that after we do all the selling and stuff, though. I don't want to slow it down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, half of today is probably going to be carouse, half of today is probably going to be shopping.
Yeah.
When you mentioned seeing a specialist, I also have this silver eye ring. It's a silver ring with a serpent's eye made from amber embedded into it, and very clearly has got the scent of magic about it. But we don't know what it does or how much it could truly be worth.
I've got a valuable serpent crown worth 30 gold approximately.
Oof.
We've got easy stuff to sell, which is all like the hides and stuff like that, and the triceratop horns and things, and rhino horns.
Yeah, I think we should sell that stuff first. Go ahead and get that out the way.
I've got 4 spare silvered daggers. I think it would be good to have for everyone to at least have a silver dagger as a side piece, just because we know that they work against things like ghosts and ethereal creatures.
I'm already
so I don't
holding
know.
2, so I can sell one of them, and probably
If
sell a
anyone-
couple of them.
Yeah, so if anyone that hasn't got a silver dagger can take one, otherwise I can sell all of them.
It's funny, you've got 2 silver daggers back at the Janish Guildhall store.
Yeah, we're kind of good up on the silver daggers, to be honest.
I'll just sell all of mine then.
Ah, man, I feel like I've got a silver dagger in my inventory, so I'm good.
Yeah.
There's one in the donkey already at Bucky's as well. So there we go. There's plenty of silver daggers to sell.
Yeah. I've got
What?
a jaguar's pelt, basilisk's blood.
Where should I put the treasure I've got?
Oh, what's the best way of us trying to sort all this? Have we got so we can put like a wee box or something we can use, and then put it all in there, what we're going to sell, and then just sell it that way?
Ideally,
would
we're
be
better
His corpse.
shove it all onto the same person's character sheet. We defend that person as they sell it all. That person counts the coin and splits it.
I mean, if you want, you could go to the Guildhall and you could use the Guildhall storage for that purpose.
I have filled up Bucky with the statue and the chalice.
The Guildhall
Yeah, that-
store
that-
is pretty big.
That was Braz's
Yeah.
vote.
Yeah,
Start at the guild, collect everything together, figure out what we're splitting, what we're selling, what we're keeping.
Yeah, can we sell it all from the Guildhall stores, or we do have to put it all in a player's inventory to sell it that way?
No, I mean, if we go to the Guildhall, you interact with the people in the Guildhall. Then you can just put stuff into storage, presumably, and then you can just come back here and you can freely move things around to do whatever you like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then we can
I
put
think that'd
everything
be
on to Braz.
good.
Everyone defends Braz. Braz sells everything, splits the gold type of thing.
Well, I don't think we have to put anything on anybody, is what you're saying. Like, we just move it to our inventories and then sell it one by one.
Yeah,
Like,
once we resolve that it's okay to use the Guildhall for stuff, then you can move it however you like. You don't need to worry about protecting anyone.
yeah, so Guildhall first, get that,
Probably.
and then...
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take Guildhall then.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember exactly how I described the neighborhood the Guildhall was in, but it'll be this fairly grand-looking building with these big open arches and this open like inner courtyard, all designed in the Luxton architectural form. He's coming in, and you'll see Gloom is there, the guild master, as before. This very large, older-looking male elephant, and one of the ones you were introduced to briefly before, who I believe is a druid or a monk of some kind, says they are like sitting having a conversation in the open courtyard inside the place as you arrive. They hear the doors open and your footsteps as you come in, and they both turn around and let out this typical Loxodon greeting of with their horns.
That naturally responds from Braz. Just a classic.
They both get up and Gloom comes over with his arms spread. Ah, Braz, you've made it back. I'm so relieved.
How long were we gone? Was it like 12 days? Is that
Damn near a month.
Nearly more than 12 days.
Well, not quite. So like it took us 2 days by boat, and then well, actually took us longer because we got stuck in the storm, right? So it was like
About 2 weeks, I think.
so we spent like 3 days, and then we had 4-day travel. So that's like a week. And then we spent 3 days in the thing, came back. So now we're looking at like 10 days. Then we waited 3. Yeah, so it's been about 2 weeks, 15,
Yeah.
16 days.
I'd worked out it was about 2 weeks, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Braz is very much showing that he's happy to be back, and
He comes over and stops before he like puts his arms around you and says, "You've been in battle, I see."
yeah, he'll laugh, assuming that he's talking about the new scars that he's coming back sporting, and the fact that he's obviously missing a shield that he would normally carry. So yeah, it was a grueling slog, but a worthy venture.
Well, I'm glad you've returned to us. Perhaps now you're free to share a tale about where your adventures took you. And he like looks around the side to the rest of you, and his face drops just imperceptibly, just a little bit. Ah, I see the others have all returned also.
Yeah, we all survived to a man. Obviously, no thanks in part to the light that I was able to shine upon the group in the darkest of times. Yeah, they've all proven themselves worthy companions, and he'll do his best to try and extol the other four's virtue. Even Sir Siwin here as well, actually. We picked him up in the depths of the jungle, and he's proven an invaluable companion.
Glim nods approvingly, motions towards you, Sirwin. Says, "Alrelian, are you also a mercenary?"
I'm not. I'm a knight from and I keep forgetting the place's name. Academy.
St. Aegis. We get Knight of St. Aegis.
Oh, I mean the
That's
capital
just
that
setting.
he's
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
from is the Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a knight St. Idris. Well, we are honoured to have you within our humble halls then, knight. If you're a friend of Brazzy's, then you're welcome here. It kind of keeps an eye on you, Sirwin, I think, because you are, like, associated to a kingdom and, an actual faction, that kind of stuff.
I imagine they're not on
They're-
the worst terms.
No, they're your allies, but you are, like, it's not like you're, like, a...
a mercenary.
You're not a neutral party.
Yeah,
like most
you're
mercenaries
not a
would be.
mercenary or anything like that. Like they are, they're all mercenaries here because it's in their guild. So I mean, you're obviously actually attached to our organization, the government, and all the rest of it. But come, you will need to tell us of your adventures, and he brings you in, Braz, with an arm around your shoulder.
Lets him lead him in, and more than happy to finally be back at the guild house.
Leave your loot. Leave your loot. We gotta deposit it.
Oh yeah, any bags I'll deposit with the rest.
Yeah, they're just gonna sit down and talk. Says he'll bring out the keys and take you over to the vault so he's got access to your stuff. So in the Actors Directory, there's the Guildhall store for Ivorn. Whoever wants can open that up and move stuff around.
How do you open the journal for? Oh, I got the journal. How do you open the
Actors Directory, not the journal.
journal? Okay.
Okay, we just shove everything in there just now.
I don't know how you might want to do like one at a time just to make sure it doesn't bug out. I don't want you to lose anything because it's failed to duplicate it or something.
I
Okay.
can only see me and Bucky in that directory.
Oh, okay. Hang on, maybe.
I was going in Bucky's sheet to try and transfer Bucky's stuff over, but it's not going over for some reason.
Where is Bird? Sorry, Tank, what'd you say? You can only see...
I was in Bucky's sheet to try and transfer the stuff over, but I think it's crashed it or something.
Right, well, close Bucky's sheet and then open it from the Actors Directory.
Oh, I can't see
If you-
Bucky anymore.
If you had it open from the token, you might not be able to see it.
Alright, I've opened it from the actors, but
Yeah, because you should all be owners for it, should all be able to get it. But like I said, if multiple people are opening the same thing at the same time, it might bug out.
alright, I'll move my stuff over into it just now then. If you done all yours, Bird?
I have,
I'm
yeah.
not
I
Bucky
finished,
now.
I finished off of Raz.
Alright, I'll move my stuff over now then, okay?
Pretty good. I should actually kept a steel dagger. A silver
Imagine
dagger.
Gloom just like taking Kate, opening the big vault, saying, "You can retrieve your goods if you want." He's just like this big pile of like metal and trash just dumped into the horn. Like,
Need
I put this one in there.
Oh,
We
right.
need a lot more so we can Darkwing duck into it. Not Darkwing. What's the other duck called again? The next one.
Scrooge.
I was about to say there's
That's
a lot
the
of
one.
ducks.
Scrooge McDuck.
That is the very one, yes.
When you're putting Chulud's trumpet in there, Godfrey, is that something that you just do like openly and casually with everything else?
Probably not. 'Cause I had to cast my spell to get it out, so it would be pretty.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah.
You draw out Chulud's trumpet, and then Gloom kind of has a look of anxiety across his face. Wait, that's Chulud's trumpet, is it not?
He
He went with you.
Yeah.
You said everyone came back, but where is he? Is he away visiting the king?
kind of look at Brass.
There's no lying from Braz, and that may very well have to be the first tale I'll have to tell you there, Galoom. Unfortunately, Chulud does not return with us.
You didn't think to mention this when you came in? Does his father know? Have you told the king?
we just got back. Like literally just walked in. This is the first place we came to.
He makes another elephant trumpet noise, but this is like a sad.
Imagine how the funerals are.
What's the importance of telling the king? Sorry, hang on. What?
You
why?
don't-
What?
Wait, what do you mean what's important? His father, the king.
Pardon?
He mentioned that he was going to introduce us
Chulud
to
was
the
a
king.
prince.
Yeah, but we didn't get that far. Like he didn't actually introduce us to the king. I had no idea.
I mean, he's not the prince regent. I mean, that would be the princess that would assume the throne. But yes, he is a prince. His father is one of the kings.
Can you make sure this trumpet finds its way back to the royal family as polite as way as possible?
I think we have to do that. Not that I want to, but I think it would be rude if the people he was partying with didn't give it back to the king, kind of deal. You know, like
Yes, I think Gloom will, suggest that you definitely should be handing this in and present it to his father and let him know exactly what happened to him.
Do you guys remember how he died? What attack was it that killed him?
he had died on the boat when we got attacked by. It was one of the big monsters. I forget what it was though exactly.
Giant crocodiles, was it?
It was near the journey there. I remember that. But we had a lot of fights on the way in.
We lost him immediately. Like we lost him immediately in the journey, right? Like we were on the boat. I know that when he died, and we had to do the whole rest of the journey without him. I just forget what monster it was exactly that killed him. Something cussed the shit out of him though, because he was bleeding everywhere.
It's like rubbing your neck and like hands in your pockets and looking down, just like it's a terrible fight, lots of blood. Look at each other like shit. When did he actually die?
I'm just
I can't-
surprised these people are traveling with royalty.
We didn't fucking know.
We didn't know. Yeah, he said he knew the king. He didn't say the king was his dad. He said he knew. He said, "I know the king. I can introduce you." And I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty good connection to have, I guess." So I didn't ask him how he knew the king.
Gloom's like looking at the trumpet with just this dried blood on one end of it. Oh, poor Prince Chulud. This is very sad news, Braz. Yeah, she'll definitely need to take this to his father and let him know.
Yeah. Sounds like we might need to brush up on the proper way to address the local nobility so we don't make any more missteps.
And we might need to
Traveling with it.
get our story straight.
I mean, it would ideally be best if Godfrey could do all the speaking, and I can back him up.
Is that all your loot deposited now?
Looks like it, yep.
Did we ever get rid of everything on Bucky?
I took everything off Bucky into it, yeah.
I kept one gold chalice on me, but that's because it currently still has the slime goop in it.
I thought you had a flask for that now, or a water skin.
I was keeping the two I made separate, so I need to buy another container before I do that. I only bought one water skin.
There was a flask in on Bucky, a spare flask, so
Oh, can I have that?
Scroll of sacrifice.
it's in the guild hall thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'll trade that out for the other gold chalice, and then flask and the water skin both have the ghoul. Well, the flask is worth 2 gold, so I want to. When we go to sell, I'll swap it out for something cheaper. Tell you that much.
Because glass is a valuable commodity, obviously.
Yeah. Does that thing look weird to anybody else? Why is it highlighted like that?
What looks highlighted?
What's highlighted?
I closed it out and opened it. Okay, it was just weird of mine. Had to refresh it. They're good. Oh man. I guess on that note, I'm gonna go spend some time talking to the sailors to figure out what exactly happened to Salute, if they can remember. Like, was the captain guy here who could tell us?
The captain would have been there, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to the captain about what happened while you guys sell stuff, so I can get the story. for
Sure.
that.
Yeah, to make sure you don't contradict the other people who were there.
Yeah. And I guess do we have the flute? Someone take that? Still okay. So I'll hold on to the flute, I guess, or the trumpet.
Sounds good.
I also don't remember exactly when he died. I believe it was the crocodiles at the mouth of the river after he crossed the NRC. I think that was the fight that he died.
Yeah, because like he was there for the girl being the hag thing, right? Or he wasn't there for that.
Yeah, he was going by saying
died.
the hag was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was gone pretty much in the first. I think he had like one chance to use his bardic ability, and then that was
it
it.
the Tolosh? I feel like the Tolosh bit somebody's head off.
Mhm.
It may have been the Tolosh before the Crocs.
What did they look like?
I
Can you
do
show me the
feel like
picture?
every encounter with the Crocs went really badly with us, so I feel like
Well, there
like
was Crocs and there was giant Crocs.
I'm pretty sure we took care of the first Crocs without any kind of incident the first time we came across them. And then there was like the hippo fight or something where you got knocked into the water.
That was afterwards,
Yeah.
I believe. I think it was the Tolosh. I think the Tolosh bit his head off, if I remember right, or bit his arm off or something like that. I think it was when the Tolosh got him, because that was before the Crocs at the mouth of the river, even. So that was on the NRC.
Yeah, so he died pretty early in the trip.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So yeah, if you go talk to the captain will be like, "You mean the noisy trumpeter?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, he was the poor sod that got his arm bitten off and then died from blood loss on deck."
Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a couple silver coins, and like when you tell people how he died, can you maybe make it sound a little bit better than that?
He's not. Well, actually, do you want to give me a charisma roll? Okay, yes. He'll quietly take your coins and just nod. He's like, "Of course, I would have done so anyway."
Much appreciated.
I would have thought, in fact, because I don't think his body went missing, I would have thought they would have taken his body, or the remains of it, to get buried in the elvish port that they pulled into. So they'll know where his remains are as well.
I will take that information with me.
that'd be excellent.
Much appreciated. Now we'll lose. I'm gonna drop like 5 silver from my inventory. I gave him 5 silver. That'd be
sure.
what I paid him.
Yeah. Okay, I guess you can sort out your gear now if you want. So, I mean, you can like sit there and talk and that kind of stuff. Other people go away and trade, but we'll just for mechanics' sake.
So should we mechanically say, let's go and find someone to sort through all the gold first, and I can load everything onto my character sheet and sell everything from there?
Yeah, okay, so if everything's in the storage I'm looking at just now, there's multiple silver daggers they can easily go if
Yeah.
we don't want it.
I think everyone has one on the
I'll
inventory,
gold
right?
amulet, but yeah, I've kept one on the side. I'll equip
I've
it.
kept one as well.
Out of my normal carried gear.
I didn't keep one with me because I've not got a lot of space.
So I've started by taking the gold amulets to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, things like that and the child stuff, they're just treasure items. Like, they're just for looting.
Yeah, I mean,
Gold
it's not like
rings
we need to go and find anyone special to sell this stuff, is it? Just
No, because they'll sell for the price that they're up for as well.
Can you deposit all your gold, silver, and copper into the
I've
bank
taken a
first?
screen. Yeah, I've taken a screenshot. That's a good point.
Well, if you put there's no gold in the store hall right now, so whatever you put in there is all yours, as long as no
Well,
one else
6
adds
gold
to
in
it.
it.
Yeah, very good idea. Yeah.
There's actually 6 gold in storage, but no.
I think he
Well,
just put it in there.
I just did that. Yeah, sorry. So that was what I started with essentially.
Okay, yeah, so that's yours, and I'll take a screenshot of that so I can keep track of it for you.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You guys can sort out all your stuff.
Nice.
I'll post that in Discord, of course.
We don't. I mean, do we think there's anything that we need to be careful about? Like,
Okay, so we weren't supposed to be looting the temple, right? So the only thing I think we need to be careful about is if they ask us how we got it, we tell them we ran into a bunch of Viperian patrols in the jungle because we were escorting someone somewhere in the jungle, right? And we just kept running into patrols and they had this loot on them. So if they think anyone ransacked the temple, it'd be the Viperians. That's what we gotta be worried about.
We've got large ruby that can be sold as well.
can leave one dagger in the stock just in case we need a spare weapon.
Well,
Well,
there's
we
2
got a few-
elven bows in there, so you could probably sell one of the elven bows.
So we have a couple of spare weapons in there too. But I think he's just talking about silver weapons in particular.
Yeah, just because they can hurt ghosts.
Yeah.
Snake god statuettes, should we be careful about trying to sell religious iconography or just...
Yeah,
dark,
be careful
yeah.
selling them first. Be careful about selling those. Probably find a specialist for those ones maybe. The hide should easily just sell unless we want to make the hides into some sort of armor.
I think selling the parts of the basilisk should be also handled carefully, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Well, so the basilisks are alchemist materials, right? So I think before we sell any of them, we should find an alchemist and get his opinion about what they can be useful for.
The
I think that'd be the only thing.
The electrum disc can just be sold because it's just dead unless you want to leave it for someone to specialise sell it to or something so they can reactivate the trap.
Or smelt it down for something.
Silver, basically, that's what it is.
Yeah, because it's an alloy of gold and silver. You can make a magical sword maybe with it. Who knows? Whatever. better chance of just finding one there.
There's a Triceratops horn in there still.
Drag pet
I know,
pelts in there as well, and the manacle.
The manacle I was saving. Don't want me? Want me saving that?
Where was the horn? Oh, there. Yeah, what about the valuable crown? Do you reckon that might be worth separating? Obviously, the silver eye ring is the magical ring that I mentioned. We don't know what that does yet, so we should probably see if someone...
The crown's probably the biggest selling point, but it's obviously because it's a serpent crown, so don't know if you need a special. So that's same with the serpent ring, the silver eye ring.
The silver Ouroboros ring is the secret.
So-
It's got a
so-
similar description.
I think the only thing we should be worried about was checking the crown and the two rings for magical. Like, there wasn't so many items that have magic on them.
It does say the crown's magical, yeah.
Yeah, so we should have those checked before we sell those.
The
The manacles I'll save him because they have the runes inscripted on them, and I wanted to try and get that spell reworked out somehow.
Yeah,
So that'd be
so
like a side project.
The ring, the other ring, and the crown, all magic.
So got the Jaguar pelts we need to sell. Yeah, there's Triceratops one down here. So unless you already check it out, and my seat didn't update. Okay.
Yeah, if you close it and then reopen it,
Yeah.
should be looking a bit
Someone
smart.
there's a set of arrows in there for Serwin if you want sort of in storage.
And take one of those elven bows. Like we have two, we can sell one. Probably not worth much, but
Well,
something better than nothing.
I've already got one on me, so I mean, I'd take the arrows if you guys aren't going to use them.
I don't mind having a backup too. And
Well, yeah, it's worth keeping at least a quiver wherever we've kept a bow.
yeah.
If it makes sense. If we get attacked
chance-
in the guild hall and we're unequipped for any reason.
I can replenish my own then.
Anyone want any of the weapons in there? Like, there's also I put one of my elven swords in there since I don't need two of them.
Nothing. I mean, the elven longsword weighs a bit less. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, it weighs basically nothing practically.
It says it does more damage, but it's a D8. It's not bad.
Yeah, because it's got a bigger die size than
Yeah.
usual.
I take it it's a different damage type than slash. Yeah.
You could take the skull to sell because I'm never gonna try to learn that spell.
I
Yeah.
don't think there's any difference between the elven glaive and the regular glaive.
Later,
Wait.
I think.
It says lighter and easier to use, but they both have the same.
Slots?
It probably
Yeah.
have you same inventory slots. Then I don't know.
Oh, it slots per item. Was it 2 for the regular glaive?
Yes.
Yeah, it's two.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
no, I mean,
I've got a regular glaive and it's 2 slots.
Yeah. Two handy pole arms are going to be 2 slots usually.
right.
Typical elf doesn't know how good he's got it.
You guys just carry this shit? Oh my
I don't know if you
God.
ever played Warhammer, guys, but like people who play Eldar, when they complain, like, yes, but I only hit on 2s. I should really have 2s now. Reroll.
I've wanted to get into that.
Second
But I,
move. God,
Oh,
I'm
you
not
would,
gonna-
you would 100% be an Eldar player. That
I
is-
want to get into
you're
Warhammer, but that I can't paint, so like I don't do that. And buying all those minis
Mate,
is expensive.
90% of people don't paint their armies.
Just
For
be a
me- for
custodians
me-
player. They get roll 2 and re-roll 1, so they're
Yeah.
fine.
90%
I
of the
just-
game for
I don't
me
know
was
enough about the
painting.
Warhammer lore, and I don't know how to get into it. But I wanted to. I played some of the video games. I love the video game.
Yeah.
I think considering I have 7 strength, I need as light things as I can get.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think we can all agree that what is left in the Ivorn Guild Hall are things that need to be identified by a specialist, stuff that need to be sold to a specialist, and stuff that are just.
Except for the
useful.
skull. Except for the skull sacrifice, you could take that and sell it. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm never
whereas
gonna use it.
somebody else took the skull off me last time. I have no longer got the skull.
No, skull. A skull. There's a skull.
scroll.
A sacrifice.
That might also be worth selling to somebody rather than just trying to sell a scroll like that on the market.
You could sell the spare glaive, obviously there's spare glaive in there, and there's scimitar, you know, if you want to sell them.
Everything just jumbled around.
I don't know what happened.
Things are flashing. What's going on?
Oh,
Hey, everyone
It's like an
close the
auto-
window for it.
it's like the auto sort of function just happened.
Right,
and-
hang on.
I know that it wasn't even.
Oh my god,
there's
it's
a sword button
again.
down there.
Okay, everyone
Oh
close
God.
it again. It did stop for a second. Maybe I need to refresh browser.
Separated everything so neatly. Oh,
Okay, I think that was my fault. I hit sort items. It's fine, everything's still there.
right, nice.
Someone's like, I gotta go reorganize this again. Someone's got some OCD going on.
Don't call me out like that.
I had to call you out because I was about to do it. Someone started moving before me. I didn't want it to glitch out. So I was like, oh, who's doing
You
this?
should
'Cause I was
assign
just about
one
to do that.
person as like the mover.
I'm missing as well then. That's about right, isn't it?
They said you can sell the glaive that's in there because there's a spare glaive in there. I think the Scythian dagger. I'm not sure if
Sure.
that's a better dagger or the scimitar. They could probably all get sold.
Normally, I would keep that stuff in case something
What
happened.
about the obsidian
I-
dagger? Is there any I've left that behind? Is that just?
It was good for rituals, so I'll just left it in there. I didn't know if it was good for anything.
So
don't know.
obviously
One
we
gold.
we don't know what's going to happen while you're in
can sell
Ivorn
it.
exactly, because carousing can send us in all kinds of bad directions. But for the rest of the campaign, so to speak, I was thinking we're going to do Ivorn, and you wanted to go do the other dungeon place that you had rumor for. So I'm
As long
assuming-
as nothing else came up, yeah.
yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying for like any crew stuff that puts anything else up in the meantime. But the basis would be to kind of go there, do that one because that's pretty long time anyway, and come back again, and then that would probably be wrapping up this like season of this. So it's just when you're thinking about like what stuff to keep.
Yeah, that sort of leads into me announcing that the Monday, the 22nd of June, is the start of me sort of doing earlier and later hours and in person at an office. So Monday the 22nd, so that's Sunday the 21st of June, maybe. It will be the last session I'll be able to attend on a Sunday moving forward. Is sort of my maths essentially.
Yeah.
Just because I'll be needing to wake up earlier on a Sunday and the more regular, and not only wake up earlier, but goodbye working from home. So I'll be waking up earlier and going off in person somewhere. So I can't just give myself 10 minutes to get to the computer anymore.
I wouldn't be deleting anything, so we can always come back to the same characters and all that kind of stuff later. But it was just for me to plan out like what kind of equipment you might want to sell and stuff, in case I had any bearing on it.
I like to keep the spare equipment, but we make new characters, but only if it's better than the basic, because new characters will get basic equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, new characters would just come in basic level 1 stuff that you had
Yeah.
before. But I mean, if
Yeah, so we
it's
have anything
if it's
better.
if it's a continuation of like the guild and that kind of stuff, you would still have access to all the stuff you've got stored.
Yeah, it's always nice to keep a little backlog.
Depending on how you want to do it, because I don't know if and when we'd come back to this, but it'll be very
So I really like the system as kind of like an advancement of how old AD&D feels. But I think the last game that I've sort of likened it to was the old. What was the one where you got to send a party of adventurers into the dungeon, and you got to manage light and food and sanity.
Darkest Dungeon?
Bearer?
I think Darkest Dungeon might be the one.
Yeah, it's a bit like Darkest Dungeon. So it's like Torchbearer, which is what I think this is actually just done. And
So
all the
watching
OSR
one
type
sword that go crazy in the guild hall.
That sword is
That
just bouncing
mechanic
all over the
listens to
place.
That way Tanic listens to the axe and the carousing one. It's just, what axe? What do we do?
Alright, let's
So-
go sell some stuff.
Yeah, are you happy with us just opening up the market and selling stuff? I mean, we
Yeah,
should probably
yeah.
leave Durdle behind. I don't know how the reputation with the merchants goes, but Durdle, make yourself busy and don't get into
So I
any
mean,
trouble.
nobody in your party has like an exceptional reputation in the city, so you aren't getting a better deal than anything. So you're just getting the prices that are there.
And I can just start clicking the sell button. You happy with that?
Durdle will head off to the pits.
As long as you have your inventory is magical. I can't see what you have in there, but
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, none of that. None of the gold amulets or magical or anything like that, right?
Not from the descriptions.
No,
Yeah.
I believe it's
I mean,
the
it's
ring,
normal.
just the rings and the crown.
Yeah.
You should have made it
Just
so it
being
had a little
careful.
ka-ching ka-ching noise when you sold stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just being careful with how fast I click stuff. I don't want anything to...
Yeah, I think it's
Right,
pretty good
but-
as long as it's not multiple people doing things. Because obviously it's a browser app, basically. So I mean, it's made
Something-
for like multiple transactions simultaneously and stuff like that.
Do you host the server, or is it
I'm hosting it, yeah.
getting through the last of the items basic? Oh, there we go. Let's start selling some daggers, boys. I think I'm keeping one left because it shows my entire inventory, and then the obsidian dagger and the glaive. I can always sell the other one in the event.
So
find a better
Durdle
one.
went off to the pits because he's got 31 life with TKR. And the rest of you are just like chilling for 8 hours so you can like rest.
I mean, once we get everyone together to let the group know, but I'll do a paste. So if you guys remember, I was at a 0 across the board. This is what we're walking away from the market with, essentially. Once everything's...
1,430.
Yeah, but I was going to comment, if you have any copper or silver that you can transition into gold while you're there, I would do that.
I think Mark's Dark Malice. Yeah. Dark said we can, if we're in town, we can.
Yes, you can consolidate that, yeah.
I'll say how much is 1,430?
Well, it's 100 per silver. So,
So I would transfer, get rid of 1400 of it,
So
and give yourself
14
14
silver.
silver. Yeah.
so you get 3 copper, and then you can add 14 silver to the silver amount, and then you can work out the silver from there.
So he'll keep
I'll leave
30 copper. Yeah.
leave 30 copper and get 14 silver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 171.
Thank you for that.
And then that, of course, will translate to 17 gold. So
I'm
it's
gonna leave myself
10
with one
silver per
gold.
gold.
39
Which is
gold.
39. Yeah. So
That's
39
almost a
gold,
solid
one-
40 gold.
So if I get a nice little top to bottom there.
Are you keeping that bow? Or are you going to sell the bow too?
It's
God,
still
yeah.
in the store.
So that's
True,
31.
Yeah, I've got one in my inventory too. Sell items. Over longbow. It's another 7 silver, 80 copper, which is still 8 silver, 110 copper. I can do what, 10 copper one, and then up to 9 silver.
Yeah.
Is that right? There we go. Right, so a revised screenshot
It's
after
39
that last one.
gold, 9 silver, 10 copper.
That's it.
Okay,
That's
so
good, true.
I do have one more thing for you to sell, but I'm going to buy something first.
Oh, yeah.
In the bucket. I need to buy another.
Anything stand out as new there, Mark? I've just called you
Mark?
Mark
What's his-
twice on the same
Mark
session. I don't know where
Dallas, that's
that
me.
come from. Mark Dallas.
Mark Dallas came
Should
out
be
good,
my-
didn't it?
that should be my next shadowing character name, man.
Yeah.
I think something went wrong with that. So I bought a flask for 60 copper pieces from the merchants, by the way, and
Uh-huh.
they gave me the flask that I can sell for 2 gold.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Flask should be 50 copper base.
And both of these are worth 2 gold I have in my inventory. 'Cause I was like, this is worth 2 gold? I don't want to, like, but I just bought one, so, for 60 copper.
Is that flask, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, because
There's-
you've got 2 flasks that are full of powdered saffron that are treasure, I see. That's why those are 2 gold. Because you
Oh.
got them from the
Right, but I
Lich
certain, because I said I only had one in my inventory, then I went and bought a normal flask from the merchants, and now I have 2 flasks in my treasure.
Right, okay.
So I can just delete one. That's fine. I didn't know that's
Yeah,
how that
yeah,
worked.
yeah.
But,
I don't know. It's-
so here you go, Braz. You can sell this flask. Just
Drop
move it
on
to your
that would be
inventory.
The best, wouldn't it?
Did it transfer to you or did it not?
Oh, the Avon. Close my character sheet. Open it
I mean,
back
that's
up. Nothing
saffron.
new on my.
That is just
there
like
we
a
go.
sorry. That's like saffron. That's just like a spice. So I mean, you can just sell those for treasure. Yeah.
Yeah, I get 2 gold for that. So now I want to buy a flask again. Does it give me a normal flask or does it give me?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was
just adding
confused
to
'cause I
the
had
exact.
one.
Yeah, it's just adding
Yeah.
to the existing slots where I was a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
it actually sells for 1 gold, 3 silver. We made a nice even 40 though. 40, 12, 10.
That's a lot easier to divide up.
Yeah, it'd be easy to divide 12 between the 5 of us than converting 12 silver into 1 gold.
I hate to be that guy, but are we splitting it with the elf?
How much did he save us? How much money?
How many times did I save him compared to? I mean, he did drag the lich straight to us the moment we met him.
I was just messing.
Think of all the successful watches I had.
Okay, so the 40 gold, if we do the 5 of us, can be split pretty evenly. Everyone gets 8. So you can delete your 40 gold and just change it to 8, guys. And everyone else can add 8 to those. And then, like, we each
Take
get
the
2.
value of 40, it becomes 8. If I take the 6, well, I can do that manually. That'll automatically do the maths for me. And then there was 12 copper, I said, didn't I? I didn't take a screenshot of it, but there was 12.
Coppers and silver are throwaway money.
You know, no,
Don't worry
there's
about it too
12
much.
silver,
12 silver.
but-
Wait,
which is kind of hard. That splits at 2.4. So
Well,
then
I mean,
everyone gets 2 silver and 40 copper.
You could just shove the silver in the
Yeah,
the
true.
holds and just if somebody needs a couple of silver, they can take it.
that's true actually.
Yeah, it's,
So I'll deposit the rest of the change in, and then it might be in the better way actually. Just deposit into the guild, but I'll take
Basically,
the
yeah, basically a penny tin.
and then
put
I'll
your
withdraw
those chains
my
together.
yeah my whatever silver and copper I left in the Avon Guildhall store will also be contributed. So I've taken my 6 gold out of the Avon store,
There you go. Now you have.
and then whatever silver and copper is left in the Guildhall store in Avon, then save
That
Avon
was-
really weirdly.
That was not. We made money, but we didn't make as much as I had hoped. But we still had stuff we haven't sold because of Basilisk or Magical.
Yeah, we got some stuff that's not identified, and some very rare magical beastie bits and a scroll.
well, the
Okay.
current
Well,
thing's it's worth the 30
Yeah.
gold alone.
And
so
experience points.
True, I leveled up twice, I want to say.
Yeah, we leveled up. We
Fine.
got as many injuries as we leveled up, right?
Yep.
think
I only level.
level
I only level up once we do the carousing. This would be the one time I do carousing. I'm too close
Yeah,
not to level
my
up.
boots literally touched dock, and I was like, bing.
That was the last time Tanit doesn't hate this time, but as soon as he hears Godfrey going and carousing, he's now in the most excited mood he's ever been.
This is better than the temple adventure, like taking Godfrey around the town.
Yeah.
Before we do all that, though, we got a few things to do before I get stuck carousing.
To rearrange a meeting to tell the king that one
Gotta-
member of his family's dead. Figure
Yeah,
out
we gotta
what
do
the
that.
magic items are, where to sell basilisk bits.
Just want to do your magical item stuff and just get all that item
Out
selling
of the
taken
way.
care of first.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Godfrey might be the best to lead the charge on that.
Well, we just gotta find a shop that specializes in alchemical
Yeah,
ingredients. Right?
there will be plenty of alchemist stores, stalls you can frequent. Some more reputable than others. Some that are more willing to take anything you might have that's useful, and others will be, only taking like over the counter things that have been sanctified by the guild. But basilisk items would be no problem. They would take those, no problem.
Would the guild be able to give us a price on basilisk items?
No, the
Before we went and
alchemist
asked people?
guild will like set the rules and the prices for things, the
Right.
same as guilds for other trades and areas would. So it wouldn't be the guild themselves that would do it, but it'd be like just an alchemist stall that is part of the guild and they adhere to the guild's rules and such.
Because
But yeah.
none of these have a price tag on them, so I can't like see how much they're worth right now. You know.
Yes, because with these things, you're kind of bartering on how rare it is, how hard it was to get, what you kind of want for it, and against what they think it's worth for what they can do with it.
Right. So I guess my first stop would be to go to the guild that you mentioned that sets the average price or the normal price, and then figure out what my base starting point should be. Make sure no one's going to try to like undersell me or something.
Well, I mean, that's up to you and your vendor. So you can tell me what kind of vendor you want to look for. You're looking for a sketchy guy that isn't part of the Alchemist Guild? Who, or do you looking for somebody who is above the board, sticking for the rules, and trades off a good reputation?
I like the idea that one of your dice rolls is you go in and you're trying to upsell like the item. It's like, look, we needed to take out 7 armored skeletons, and then suddenly the vendor's like, whoa, armored skeletons? Did you make sure to bring their skulls? They're very valuable.
No, I think the thing I wanted to do is to figure out how difficult it is for people to get basilisk parts, right? So then I know what I'm working with.
Well,
So
I
I
mean,
guess that would be-
how difficult would it be for you to go to where basilisks typically live, which will be in caverns, caves, underneath a volcano or something like that, and kill one? It's pretty
I mean,
tricky.
I wasn't there. Those guys did it without me, but apparently
Oh,
they struggled
fair.
a little bit.
It was quite a
Very
stiff
good.
operation.
Slow and steady. We won the race.
Right. So it's like as a person, I can kind of think like that would be difficult, but I need to know like what's the actual.
Sure. Yeah, the others.
business end of it.
Okay, the
It's
rest of you
like-
can like pitch in how hard you think it is to like
Yeah.
harvest a basilisk.
You also how expertly they've been, what do you call it, taken away, dissected. out
Right.
and everything.
And how? Yeah.
Like
what was your
Tanik's
role?
speciality.
Yes, well, the ones you've got
Yeah,
were
like-
very high quality. He's got a very good roll. That's why he's got so much.
Okay, so you got it. Okay, so they're not like damaged when he pulled them out.
No, these are in good condition.
If they're in good condition, then I would prefer to go to a reputable stand, right? If they were in bad condition, then I might go to the sketchy guy to try to get more out of it or something.
Okay.
Could we do like sort of like a knowledge check with Tanik's backing as well, so we could like flex, like we know what you can do with this stuff.
Sure.
Type of.
One of you can make an intro for that if you want.
Right, that's basically what I wanted to know, right? Because
Tanik
anyone
could
can tell
do
me
that
that
with
these things aren't
Advantage if
worth
he's
much
like
or
if
He's
like a
he's
ranger.
not going to get an advantage because he's not an alchemist. But Tanit can roll int if he wants to figure out kind of what they're worth,
I'd
or
probably
at
know-
least what they're kind of used for. No.
Come on, then, do you want to use a bit of luck?
This is a
on
high
you?
quality lizard tongue. Why would you not give me 10 silver for it?
Tanik's just used to cutting the things out, basically.
It's the tongue and eyes to him is like, he doesn't fucking know.
Just
I just
think
wanted to
of all
think
the
that
stone
I'm-
blazing.
Or you could look it.
I just like to cut them.
You could look it if you wanted.
I'll just look it and then that's
I would.
sure Braz can pray for more luck if he wants. Braz can pray.
You can. He hasn't played at all today.
It's true. I haven't lost my ability to do it. I have lost my ability to cure wounds.
Even worse. Unless anyone wants to use luck
Do
for
you
that one.
use my? Do you use my luck? Just because that seeing that red on the screen upsets me.
It would add the
me.
first of many
Oh, for
hurdles.
goodness sake.
Yeah, I don't think
Luck's
you.
not
I don't
meant
think
to
you're getting
I
anywhere
don't
with
net
this.
negative, but you know.
You have more luck
Right,
you
so-
can burn.
instead of him doing that, that's why I wanted to go to like the guild hall. I wanted to know what these things are used for, so I could get like a base understanding of.
Okay,
Of
so you go
Still
in, Godfrey,
viable,
to the guild hall, because Tank doesn't know shit.
yeah.
He just knows the.
I didn't expect him to. No offense, Tank. You harvested it well, but I didn't expect you to know what they were used for. You know,
Or what they might be worth. Like, he just has no idea of like what the street value of it could be. Going to the
Right.
Alchemist Guild and speaking to the person there, so what kind of things you got? And they'll ask you to produce the goods so you can evaluate it for you. But it will cost you for an evaluation.
I will produce
A modest price, 1 silver per item.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna do an eye and then 1 Vask of blood, and I'll just pay this over out of pocket, my own money. It's fine.
The eye, the tongue, and the blood.
Yeah, 1 of each.
Okay, so 3 silver.
Yep.
12 basilisk blood. We can use it to coat weapons, so they can damage ethereal beings, such as wraiths. We can powder it up to use in potions of petrification, or to induce madness in a subject. The eyes are often used as a protective element in various alchemical concoctions. The tongue has a couple of uses. It can be powdered up to use in a fire breath potion, or it can also be used in creating elements or alloys that can be used for the detection of precious metals and gems. I thought you had ashes as well, no?
We do.
I thought we did. I don't know where they're at,
Right.
but
Yeah, it's moved for some reason.
So it was there
I don't see them anywhere. I don't see them anywhere in the inventory.
because they were
It's not-
between
Oh.
the tongue and the thing, weren't they?
I have them on me somehow. I don't know how that happened. So 4. I'll pay 4 silver then.
Shit,
I'll
yeah.
count that down.
And these ashes, the ashes are actually more precious because they're harder to obtain. But these are rumored to be able to turn silver into gold in the hands of a very skilled alchemist. So they are the most precious out of all those items. I think, in fact, the person doing the what's the word when you fucking do the evaluation like that?
Appraisal.
Yeah, when the person doing the appraisal is going to be like, in fact, we will offer you payment for the ashes right now because they are that valued.
How much would you pay right now? Like what would you offer?
I'm now just imagining him just pulling out it's like 1 bag of gold, 2 bags of gold, 3 bags of gold. Pulls out, and you're like, your eyes getting wider and wider,
Pulls
and
out a
then
little-
he goes pulls out 5 copper and it goes 3 bags of ash for 5 copper, right?
Pulls out an abacus and just starts like moving the things around one.
I like the idea that it pulls out the abacus and goes at this much, and we're like, I don't know.
Yeah, like
how to use an
I
abacus.
can't be a fucking abacus. Like I don't know what that means.
We know math.
Uh,
They will give you 6 gold for the ashes.
Okay. I'll let him know that I plan on going to a few different merchants just to get people's opinion on what they are willing to pay, and then if his deal's the best, then I'll come back here.
Well, he's going to. Well, we can guarantee you that we are going to offer you the best price you'll get for those ashes here, because we can also put them into the hands of a skilled alchemist. They're not going to be useful unless it's someone who knows what they're doing with it.
Just curry a small bit of favour with the guild. Yeah, sell it through them. Be fine.
You could also ask to see, like you said, the tongue can make a fire-breathing potion. That would be an interesting one to have.
I also I had a different idea for the tongue actually,
All right.
but we can talk about it. He mentioned it
You
could
can
be
ask
used to
them.
find minerals and gems, right? And we were going to mine next.
Well, you could, like I said, you could ask them to help. Say, okay, I'll try to tell us, but I'd like you if you can if you can then get the right alchemist to make this for us. Then.
Right. My next thing was like,
Alright,
can you
you're
get us
badger.
can you get us in touch with the alchemist you're going to be selling to, so we could like buy some stuff from him? Maybe that would be the.
Well,
that
it would be
the-
our head alchemist who would be using the ashes. But he's a very busy man. I can, however, point you to some of the more reputable alchemists operating in the city.
Right. Any good alchemist would work. That'd be fine.
He gives you the name of Shalom, who is a Loxodon alchemist operating in the upper markets of the town.
Saloon.
Shalom.
Saloon.
Just
That's-
how it
that's how-
sounds.
That's how foreign people pronounce my name.
Really?
Yeah, my name's Callum, and they every time I go to Europe, they're like, Saloon? I'm like,
Shalom,
Okay.
right.
Ah, so apparently
Okay,
it's
so-
Jeez,
got an
something like
accent
that.
above it, and it becomes a yeah.
So they can take the basilisk ashes, and I'll take 6 gold.
Yes. Just delete the ashes.
Yeah. Oh, I got taken. Okay, that's all I needed. I guess we'll go find some people to buy the other stuff then. I'm guessing they don't want to buy the other stuff.
No, I mean,
Alright.
they don't normally buy themselves. They just set the prices
Yeah.
and the rules and that kind of stuff. But just because that's an exceptional item, they would take off your hands there. You want to risk some street alchemist wasting it trying to make gold.
That's exactly what I would have tried to do. Like I
Yeah.
got a big old pile of like 1,000 silver coins. Like let's turn this to gold.
Yeah, well, that's exactly the idea. They're like, we don't want you wasting those. They're too precious.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll head out. So my next thing, like I said, I was going to talk to different vendors to get like a price comparison. Like, how much are you willing to pay me? How much are you willing to pay me?
Right. Well, I think all that would just be a charisma roll to try and see how good a price you can get for those items.
Yeah.
So tell me which of them you want to sell. You'll get a
I want to sell.
With that, you'll get like a fair price. You won't get the best price, but you'll get a fair price.
Should I use luck and reroll that, guys? What do you think? Or no?
15.
Save luck.
It'll be like 9, 12, 15, and 18, the different tiers to how much money you can get from.
It's above 10.
It's above 12, by the way, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the 50% of goodness scale, so I don't think you need to use your luck for that.
Yeah, we'll leave it then. I wanted to say something about the tongue.
Yeah,
What was that, sorry?
you guys decide what you want to do with them, how much of them you want to sell, and how much you want to just get them made into things.
I wanted to sell the 3 blood and one of the eyes. I wanted to save the tongue and the eye for the alchemist to maybe make us a potion.
Oh yeah, I
He
mean,
said the eyes are using protectives. I don't know if he needs like one of those and whatever potion he make with the tongue.
I think if you're able to convince Braz, like logistically, we can actually make use of this as a group. Let's save this. Then Braz would be all for it. Especially
not
considering
say-
we've already made, we've essentially split the majority of the gold. So anything now is like the cherry on top as far as Braz is concerned.
Did you not say, Dark, that the tongue could be used in alloys detect?
Yes.
precious
Yes.
metals?
Yeah,
Which is why I wanted to save the tongue.
Yeah, it could be
Yes.
powdered up, you give it to a smith, they would add, or the alchemist, they would add it to the metal alloy, and then that alloy can be made into like a divining rod or something like that, and you could use that to detect precious metals and gems.
And
Is Durdle like big on mining, or is Durdle?
well, I think I mentioned it before we left, but like there is an abandoned mine or something. That was the next place I was going to go to.
Yes, you heard a rumor, if I remember correctly, it was like one survivor from a mining expedition deep into the southern mountains, and they all died. This one guy made it out, or made it back alive, but he was like speaking of like precious gems and dwarven hoards and stuff like that.
Yeah, you'd think the tongue would be exceptionally useful for that.
Yes, for that adventure.
The alternative is
So I wanted-
a fire breath potion, and that is basically you take a glug of the potion and you can breathe fire for a limited time.
What's if we get in touch with an alchemist and and we can just order one of those? I'd rather just like we can just. So we'll see. Like, I wanted to keep a tongue and an eye for that purpose, and then sell the 3 blood one of the eyes.
No, I agree. That sounds like a good idea.
The blood can be used, one of each blood would do like one weapon each, and you could coat your weapon with that so it can damage wraiths and ghosts and ethereal beings. Or the blood can be made into potions of petrification or madness.
Yeah, I'd rather just sell. But I mean, up to you guys. I don't
Just
use
sell
weapons. I didn't use weapons, so I didn't care about that part. But you guys all use weapons, so.
We've already made bank on the stuff we've already sold. If you think what we have left over is worth keeping and putting to future use, then keep hold
Do
of
the
it.
potions take inventory space?
I think
I would say yes
stack
until you
can-
use it.
I think a stack can do it. I'm not sure if one does.
Because I can't. I'm like pretty heavy in my gear.
Yeah, so I just want to. Yeah, to me, I just sell that. Right, we don't have problems damaging base really. We have magic and we have silver daggers. So
Not necessary, is it?
yeah.
I mean, I'm at half capacity. I'm at 7 out of 14 right now, but I've also not replaced my shield, and I'm also looking at some heavier armor. I'm looking at the scaled breastplate.
All right, so let's sell the 3 blood and 1 eye. What do we get for that?
1 gold for each portion of blood, 1 gold for each eye.
So we get 4 total because I'm only selling 1 eye. So we've gotten 10 total from selling. I'm gonna take note of that. All right, then I'll take this, make the whole stack and delete it. Take
Straight
this.
into the guild hall stash, can't you?
That's the slide. That. All right, and then every time I move an item, it fucking goes crazy in there.
Identifying the magic items that we've got.
Dude, I just imagine the sound
The
that
eyes
makes in
going
Mario
nuts in there.
Kart when you pick up an item. It's like...
This is driving me nuts. It won't stop.
If everyone closes the tab, the window, I think it'll calm down.
What the basilisk eye jumping around.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's all the stuff to do with the basilisk eye.
The silver eye ring, the silver Ouroboros ring, and the valuable serpent's crown.
Yeah, those we gotta find a magical specialist to evaluate
8.
those.
Yeah, so you can...
Like,
The
Twine
choices would
serpent.
be to take them to a temple where the priests are, of the various patrons to ask them, or you can find somebody who actually deals in like magical items, which would be like an enchanter.
I vote against the temple because we weren't supposed to go into the temple to get these.
We don't really want word spreading around that we found them. Should we ask Galoom and again the guild?
Do you
What
want
would
to
be
tell
the best way to?
Because you haven't told them yet where you went.
No, I don't want to tell Gloom either. I'd rather just find the magical evaluator on our own.
Now, there's going to be a lot less enchanters in the city. There might only be 2 or 3 at most. And I'm assuming you do not want a Loxton one. And I'm assuming you want a sketchy, under-the-counter type kind of guy who's not going to make a fuss about things.
True to all the questions.
Real quick before we go any further, what is our official cover story then? Are we saying we followed a map, we found non-religious?
No, the story was
But then
non-religious.
we encountered Vesperian warband, and that's where most of this gear comes from. Is that what?
No. I mean, most of that's true, but we don't tell them we followed a map anywhere. We told them we were hired to escort people into the jungle to the place they were going to. Right? We were just a hired help to help them get there.
And they had basilisk with them as well. Oh.
And we found all this treasure on them. They were like patrols in the camp, and then in the camp was the basilisk perch.
I'm mostly thinking that you need to coach Braz on the lie, because Braz is probably going to be the one that will be drinking with all the Loxodonian regulars at the guild later, and then he'll be the one and be like, and then the elves came to join us. Still above ground, definitely above ground. There was definitely not a lich. There was not a lich.
I don't like your non-religious tomb of not any particular ethnicity.
Just a dark hole in the ground, and we pulled all of this stuff up out of it. It was wonderful. Yeah. Great old time until the Vesperians came.
We were camping and we had our demon dwarf just pitch a fork, and he accidentally decided to take it. He heard a ding and he looked behind the tree, and it was just all this loot just behind the tree.
There was this raccoon that came.
You saw no such thing. Fuck you.
It was a goblin kingdom we raided, wasn't it?
A bunch of jaguar men. Oh god.
You know the most effective lies are the ones that stick closest to the truth. You guys, I'm just saying.
You guys
don't gotta
like,
come up with some elaborate backstory.
You guys are coming up with stuff, and then Summers is like sitting there quietly listening, and he's figuring out like what's going on here, that you weren't supposed to be there, and all the rest of it. He just nods his head. He's like, "But you just stole stuff from the goblins, right?"
Like that sounds like a really good plan for somebody that hasn't just lost 2 points of intelligence, but then also has gained 2 points of charisma. So it might end up spinning a wonderful story.
I think you just stick to the closest thing to the truth that you can get, Raz, and just don't mention the temple part. That's it. That's the only thing you gotta admit.
What was that?
Wait, is someone listening to our conversation? I didn't know we were having this in character.
little plan. I think that would have been like 7 hours earlier before like we see like the entrance to the guild hall. It's like, Braz, before you go in.
Anyway.
Let's see how corrupt these things are. Let's see how corrupt and evil.
Yeah. See anything.
It's Tannic because he's fucking his axe around.
Sure. So after asking a lot of dodgy questions to sketchy looking people in street corners, you eventually locate like a backstreet enchanter, someone who deals in what may be illicit magical goods and items. He is a halfling by the name of Zanbul Thornbrace. He has like a red bandana around his forehead, and he's like this kind of very reddish blonde colour hair, kind of just like sprouting all over the edges of it. He has like stripy pantaloons that are like yellow and black, and he has this like bright turquoise waistcoat on over the top, and he's a podgy little cactus and a halfling, and he has this greasy looking kind of like sneer permanently on one side of his mouth. But you're directed to his little shop that he has in this little alleyway in the arse end of town, where there's other like halflings and goblins and people like that living. And when you open the door, there's like ring ring of the bell. And he like looks up over to you. You can smell the halfling smoke, the halfling smoke leaf that's like filled the room as you walk in. There's all these books and all these trinkets and glass cases around the place. And it's very cramped and just like full of like just stuff. And you kind of like how many of you are there? Because I know Douglas was going to pits earlier. How many of you squeezing into this little store?
I don't know who all came with me, but if I got to pick a bodyguard, I'm picking Danik.
I'm imagining it's
Aye.
actually a halfling-sized shop as well, so you're literally having to crawl
Yes.
in.
Yeah. You'll have to like duck right
They
down,
were
even
Brad,
Duddle.
Yeah, I think this would be like an all hands on deck moment. This is our first like identification of magic items that we've gathered together as a group. So it might be a case of Braz out front trying to best to not look nervous and like he's like a bodyguard.
Imagine,
situation.
like, Duddle, it's a Loxodon building, but because it's the halfling, the short people part of town, it's been converted. So, but the way they split the rooms is like vertically. So, like, you've got 2 rooms in the space of 1 level.
I'm now just imagining it's just social housing. It's like
Yeah.
it's just you're literally approaching it and you're looking in, and there's some halflings like bathing in their living room, and it's just like go
Well,
away.
it'd be more like a slum landlord kind of thing, and this guy's like obviously operating illegally as a store in what's supposed to be a residential building. You can probably hear goblin babies crying up the stairs and stuff like that. But yes, the bell will ring, and you're all there squeezing into this place, especially Braz, who's like squatting down and like pulling his arms together trying to fit in. And Zambil, looks up from over his desk and he's like, "Can I help you, gentlemen?"
Have an item I'd like to have examined.
Ah, of course you do. Been out on the road, have we?
Oh, this eye is still going nuts in this fucking guild store. We
That apple.
just got back to town. Yes.
Oh, and he closes the book that's in front of him. Well, and he rubs his hands together. Let's see what you have, my friends. There's no judgment here. I'll take a look at anything you've brought.
I'm just gonna start with one item until I get a feel for this guy. I'm gonna do this overboard thing.
Like, okay, so you go to pass it to him, and he looks at you like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, motions for you to put it on the counter in front of him.
Which is what I would have done, actually. But yes. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to touch it.
He throws you a smile that just like makes you feel unsettled, and he like starts prodding it with a little like pencil that he has, lifting it. Like, "So whereabouts did you find this interesting little trinket?"
On a dead corpse.
He looks up again with that grin that just unsettles you. They usually are, aren't they?
Usually.
I don't suppose any of you fine gentlemen have worn this at all recently.
No, we thought better of putting it on.
That's probably for the best if you like your fingers the way they are currently. Yeah, it's very, very old magic, this one. You can smell the venom off it, can't you? He like gets his nose right in against next and goes,
He's sniffing me or the ring.
"Yes." Yeah. Okay. Snark, come in here! He shouts, and this little goblin comes plodding out from the back room with like a apron around his waist. It's like, "Yes, master." It's like, "Snark, come here for a second. I need you to wear this ring." The goblin comes over and just sighs, goes, lifts his hand up, and you can see like there's like his arms are like deformed and warped. It's got like a bark texture to the skin. One of the fingers is all twisted, and the nails are like long and curved. You can see he's like probably having to clip it like daily to keep it at that length. It's like,
Wait.
yes.
Wait.
What? Yes.
What if this is a one-use item? What if he puts it on and then it's not magical anymore?
Oh, I can guarantee you, it has plenty of uses.
So him wearing it won't decrease the value?
No, I wouldn't do that to you. Of course not.
I'm gonna let it go. I don't believe it, but I'm gonna let it go.
No, I mean, I can tell the nature of the item. We just have to be certain this is a very old magic. It's lost a lot of its potency. We just have to be sure that it's still having the intended effect. Stark, if you don't mind. The goblin just goes, rolls up his sleeve, picks up the ring, and slides it on one finger. And as he slides on his finger like splits into 2.
What the fuck?
Goes, oh well, it's definitely retained its potency. You might want to take that off, Snark. We don't want your finger turning into a snake in the next few minutes. And Snark just like pulls it off very quickly and drops it onto the counter. And then looks at
His fingers?
His finger doesn't change, no. It's retained kind of split into.
Which finger was it on after it split?
The ring finger is what he's put it on. So you just got like, it's just like 2 very skinny looking fingers there. It's like, right, okay, Snark, go and bind that up. Take care of yourself. And he just goes, "Yes, master," and walks away.
Was he bleeding? Like, did they like literally split his finger in half?
They just like separated them like a serpent's fork.
Like the head that was coming out of that snake, basically? Made 2 new heads, but it made 2 fingers?
Kind of, yes. But it's more like the fork of a tongue kind of split.
Yeah.
All the way down.
So what would be the purpose in making 2 fingers? I'm gonna ask the guy that. Like, what was it?
Oh, it's a cursed item. So you allow it to sit on the person's finger, and then over time, it will cause more and more damage to them. Eventually, their fingers will drop off and become serpents. Obviously, time has had a corrupting influence on this item, so it's maybe not working exactly as originally intended, but that's the end result you would have for today.
Is it market? People buy this stuff?
Well, I mean, it can be used in an offensive manner. You see, the venomous element means that the effective finger tongue that you've created can now inflict poison on the victim. But I'm sure you don't have any interest in that kind of functionality, so you'll be looking for a price, I assume.
Assuming I like my fingers the way they are, and I'm assuming everyone else likes their fingers the way they are.
Well, let's
More than I
see.
like that way.
Well, let's see for you gentlemen. I mean, I'm assuming you have something else to sell me today, so let's start off on a good note, shall we? I'll give you 8 gold for this item.
How much are we paying him for his services to identify it? Composer, that comes at a cost too, yeah?
He said 1 silver, didn't he, per round?
If you want to buy this for 8 gold, then the appraisal was free. Otherwise, you can pay my appraisal fee of 2 silver.
I'm happy with 8 gold for an item that we're not going to use.
I'm also happy with 8 gold, but I'm not going to use. I'm
But-
sure we could probably get
but-
more from it from a reputable source, but we're not at
Excellent.
one of those.
Excellent. So he drops 8 gold onto the counter. 1 Viperian ring, he says pointedly, and scoops it into the drawer.
Oh, is that what it is?
Is that who we found already?
Yes, I wonder where you could have came across such a interesting trinket. Do you have anything else for me?
I'll put the silver eye ring down next.
Oh, look, another Viperian trinket. How interesting. The lad taps it. Oh, yes. Smells it and brings out a magnifying glass and holds it over it, and then kind of channels some of the sunlight from the window to point right on it for a second. Yes, well, I can't offer you as much for this one, I'm afraid. Time is taking its toll. I'm assuming you don't want to lose any of your eyes, correct?
Is that all it does? Is take an eye? Does it not give any other?
Well, it certainly takes an eye. What you get in return, I don't think it's functioning the way it should. So I don't think it would be any use to you.
I assume it works the same if you're already missing one.
Well, that would be an interesting situation to experiment with, but I'll leave that up to you gentlemen to decide.
How many times could we use that effect? Like you said, the other one had potency. This one's weakening. Is
Well,
it multiple
this one's-
uses? Single use?
This one is, I believe it's malfunctioning to some extent. The potency is still there, so I don't think it has a limited amount of snow.
What should it do?
Typically, taking an eye, you're granting them some sort of special eyesight in exchange for their regular eyesight. It's a method of exchange. So they may take one of your eyes, but your other eye can see through walls, for instance. But I really don't think this one is going to work that way. It is a very old magic, though, so I could be mistaken.
Can we see if he's lying about that in any shape or form?
Only if we want to sacrifice somebody's eye.
Well, I mean, also, he may be trying to put us off. It may actually be quite a potent ring. He could be lying.
Sure, you can roll wisdom. I mean, he seems like a sleazy character. He doesn't seem like he's being dishonest.
So when you only got one eye here, try the ring and try it.
Yes, lose your other
Grab
eye.
his hand and just shove it in. See what happens.
Well,
see what you get.
I was gonna say this is what Brad's being here. I was withholding the thought from being an outside thought. He has goblins here, yeah? How much would it cost us just to have him put one of those on one of his goblins?
I don't think I'm risking my other eye.
Well, as much as Snark is willing to take one for the team, shall we say, I don't believe we really want to sacrifice his eyesight, unless we can negotiate something beforehand.
How did you get Snark in this city?
What do you mean, how did I get him in the city?
Are goblins usually allowed in cities like this? Isn't he a goblin? Is that what he said?
He's a goblin, yes. Don't you have goblins where you're from? It's been a while since I've been in Varenth, but I was pretty certain goblins were permitted as citizens there, no?
Is that you? Am I missing something? The
You
goblins
can,
not
you,
monsters?
you can be a goblin in this. There's goblin monsters, but there's also goblin players.
Oh, okay, never mind. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, now you just think you're racist.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I didn't know you could play as a goblin. I thought goblins were just monsters in this city. My bad.
To be
Hey, brother,
fair,
you want some spores?
it's more like, are you allowed goblins as slaves? Yeah,
Well, Snark's not a slave, he's an apprentice.
doesn't seem like a great deal for your apprentices.
Well, this kind of work can be hard to come by. So where are we on the ring? He says, tapping it again.
You said one of the slums, right?
Yes, the little people's end of town, which is one of the less profitable areas.
How many homeless people did we see when we were walking here?
How many what? Homeless people?
Yeah.
None.
Okay. I'm all for selling it. I don't mind experimenting because I've already proven that I would do that for stuff. But I'm not sure everyone else is okay with experimenting. So
He's not paying really anything for it, so why not?
Well, I mean, he will pay for it, but he's just not going to pay a lot for it.
and I was totally willing to find a homeless guy or a slave of some kind and cut an eye out and then put this ring on and see what happened to his other eye for Sherwin's sake, But
I mean, you just know from being around the Loxtons and the Torrents that they don't believe in slavery, so there won't be slaves here, and there didn't seem
Right.
to be any homeless people.
right, so we had to go out and find some poor smuck in the woods or something, and that's a lot
Torture.
of work. Yeah.
Why is those torture you, Godfrey?
If I knew about Tanik's little fungal thing he took, but I think he tried to keep that from us, didn't he? He did that
No,
on the side.
I don't think he told anyone though.
Yeah, he didn't tell anybody, so we don't know that he could go goblins right now. So based off that knowledge, like I have no way of experimenting on this right now. So I'd rather just
I
sell it.
love how the fact that
that
if he told you he could grow goblins, you would have no ethical concerns with that whatsoever.
Not the fact that Kanik is still planning to grow an army of goblins. He needs to find a wee patch on which you can do it and then train them.
I'm not a hero. I'm a guy who's trying to survive, and I
Oh,
don't really have that many
we know.
morals as a survival. As a mercenary, I don't have that many morals. Like I'm not.
So
Oh,
he'll offer you 4 gold for this piece, or you can take it away for yourselves.
Can I haggle for 5? Does he do haggling here?
Okay, we can haggle. Yep, give me a charisma roll.
I'm gonna use my luck for that.
Luck.
Yep.
It's not much better, but it's not a critical fail, so that's the important part.
You fail to get a better price.
I'll take the 4.
4 gold for
I
the
get-
ring of ice.
You can take the ring. That.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise! The biggest item of the lot here, the valuable serpent's crown.
I can't click on it because I've got it in the guild hall, so can one of you put it in your inventory so I can look at it?
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know how this ring is still here. I thought I deleted this silver Ouroboros ring. Now it's still in there.
A quick mirror back.
I'll just take it and delete that one too because we sold it. Yeah. It's in my inventory if you want to click on it.
Yeah, I thought I had a GM note on it. Pull the PDF to check here. Nope, that's Goblin Crown. That's not what I want. Okay, yeah. So he's going to pull the crown, his eyes widen. I mean, just the gold and the jewels in this alone make it worth a pretty penny. Oh, you really were digging deep out there, weren't you?
We didn't dig.
Uh-huh.
This was delivered to us.
He just nods,
on the
like-
corpse of somebody who tried to cross us.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I get all sorts of people coming here. You'd be amazed, the circumstances. These kind of items can just fall into your lap. He, drop on the table. He, looks around it. Magnifying glass, pulls out the little monocle that he looks over with. He goes under the drawer and takes out a little, brown powder he has and, sprinkles it over one edge of it. And it turns, a kind of orange hue as it kind of, rubs against the metal. Huh. Does anyone else know that you're here with this item?
You mean if there's more people in our party? Yes.
Well, how well do you trust the people in your party?
That depends on how much money they make off of this.
Well, I'm just saying, if anyone knew you had this item, you might be in a fair bit of trouble.
Well, let's just say no one that I'm worried about knowing about it knows about it.
Because anyone who knows this item is going to know exactly where it came from. And how you came about it probably won't matter.
What is this item?
This, gentlemen, is the crown of the Serpent Kings, an ancient relic handed down from Viperian royalty as they ruled over their cold-blooded race. I have to assume none of you have worn this, or you would know already how potent it is.
No, we make a habit of not putting on unknown items.
Uses his pencil and just pushes it aside a little bit. Unfortunately, the magic in it is completely useless to you or I as warm-blooded creatures. However, this has extensive monetary and cultural value.
Would you be able to make sure it moves through the right channels?
Sits with his chin on his hand for a moment and just thinks, I have to be honest, gentlemen, to take this item would be taken upon a great risk. I can imagine that not only are the snakes out there looking for this item, but if anyone in the city here were to know it was here, it would be equally problematic for myself and for yourselves.
I'm grateful that we've come to you first then.
Yes, it's a little bit of a conundrum though, isn't it?
What's the magic gonna do?
Well, I would imagine if one of us were to don this crown, we wouldn't last very long, and if we did, we'd be driven to complete madness.
And if someone cold-blooded, a reptile of some kind?
I mean, I'm not one to pass judgment, my friend, but I don't think that would be very good for any of us.
Well, that doesn't help me know what it does.
Sounds like the crown replaces your will with another.
I imagine its corrupting influence would just serve to make any of us a creature of the Shadowdark. I wouldn't imagine we would have anything left of us afterwards.
Like the cursed item of Saint Agnes's third verse that I've told you about many a times, if you recall.
What was it intended to do? How could like?
Well, for the Viperians, of course, it's a great cultural relic. This is the knowledge and the spirits of their ancestors passed through generations, but is completely corrupting, as obviously has happened to their entire species. I imagine with time and effort, the magic may be worn down and the base materials may be able to be extracted safely, but I, for one, would not be comfortable using any of this to create anything new from. It's just far too dangerous. No, I'm afraid, gentlemen, as much as this crown is worth a lot to many, the Slide of Icarus counter, I'm afraid I can't take it. Now, of course, I wouldn't, you have my complete discretion. I'm not going to tell anyone you came here with it, and if you can do what you wish with it out with, but I will not be taking it from you. And I certainly wouldn't put it in the hands of anyone you care about.
Do you mean it would be harmful just to carry it?
Maybe not the item itself, but you would certainly be putting yourself in harm's way to be the person responsible for it. I mean, I would offer you two suggestions of possible courses of action. One, that you give it to an honest fellow who doesn't mind taking the rap and handing it in to the proper authorities, or chartering a boat, take it out into the ocean and throw it over the side.
That one's been melted. It melted.
Well, I'm assuming it melts as intended. The base materials would be usable, but they are thoroughly corrupted. I mean, anything they were used for would carry that corruption through. A simple flame would not remove that from the materials. So, do you have anything else for me today?
That's certainly
I do
a
have-
good thought.
I do have an item I want you to look at. I got two things. Well, you're not an alchemist. You probably won't be able to tell what was in these. That's not. I guess I'd put the lost gold on the table.
Okay, so you pull out this thing you've had wrapped to the back of he's been waiting for you to show him, and just like plonk it on the table and pull the canvas back.
Yeah, the lost gold that they wanted us to take.
And I suppose this was also on the dead person you came across.
They seemed to want this pretty badly. Yes,
I can
They were
imagine you
protecting
did, yes. So you know this is a Hydra skull, yes.
I had no idea what it is, my good man.
He taps it with a little hammer that he pulls out. And it doesn't make the sound you'd expect bone to make when you tap it. Yes, just as I thought. So I haven't seen one of these in person. It's not an enchanted item per se, but I'm well aware of what it is. It's a skull from a Hydra. And Hydras are, of course, magical creatures similar to dragons from other realms that once wielded great power. And if you're digging around in the tombs of the Serpent Kings, I'm not surprised you came across one of these. There should only be, according to legend, 13 in existence. They are indestructible.
That didn't seem to prove the case.
Well, this skull is indestructible. The legend being, of course, that when the Hydra was slain, its 13 heads were split across the kingdom and taken apart. Over time, the Snake Men retrieved them and took them to their temples for worship. And it is said if they were able to perform the right rituals and sacrifice, they could resurrect the Hydra. Except now, of course, instead of one, it would be 13 separate Hydras. Which, as you can imagine, is not a pleasant prospect.
Terrifying.
What happens if I put this crown on his skull?
You would set the crown on the skull.
No, what I'm asking him, what would happen if I put this crown on his skull?
I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't think it would do anything. The two are not necessarily connected.
And does this skull have any kind of effect on the Snake Man? And
Oh, those who worship the Hydra serpent god? Oh, almost certainly.
what kind of effect would it have?
It depends what kind of blessing their deity has, gifted them with.
Would that be the
Hydra-
case?
Well, Hydras are very much all about regeneration, So if they were growing back their head, say, that would be an obvious one.
And how does that work? Do they have to be near the skull to get that blessing? They just get it to praying to their skull? Like, I don't understand.
Well, I mean, your Saint Agnes priest cleric here, I imagine, would be more familiar with the mechanics of this, but you ask your patron for a boon and they grant you a boon. So it's not the skull itself.
killed.
The skull itself wouldn't be bestowing the boon. The god it belongs to would be.
So then, how did those one snakes get their generation and the other ones did?
I would imagine that some of them are more devout than others, perhaps, or blessed. Once again, though, I'm afraid, gentlemen, this isn't an item I would be interested in purchasing from you. It perhaps belong in a museum or a deep, deep vault somewhere.
Museum? Like, so they could snake make us steal it? No, thank you.
Well, that's why I would suggest a vault. This is not my area of expertise per se. The only advice I would give you is be careful not to get any blood on, he says, eyeing the axe dripping with wet blood from Tanik's grasp.
The hell would that do?
Well, as I'm sure you're probably familiar with by now, the Viperians make use of blood magic, and blood rituals would be something to do with the worship of this creature. I'm not sure if you can sense it, but this skull thirsts for blood.
So we got two highly valuable but ultimately useless items right here.
No, it's not so much they're useless, it's just they're more trouble than they're worth.
So they're useless because they're not going to make me money.
Well, I suppose that would depend on your ethical level. But for me, no, I wouldn't be interested in either of these. I would suggest you get rid of them as soon as possible, however.
I'm just going to wrap them back up and put them back in the bag. I'm going to think on this.
Tanit quietly say to Godwin, what about that human guy who hired us? They're interested in snake stuff.
The guy who hired us, I'm pretty sure they wanted us to die. There.
No, the guy from this town, like the guy who he escorted here.
He was foreign military working with the Vesperians.
He was the Jewish
No, he's
guy.
talking about the ambassador. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems to know something, but not everything that was going on. So I don't know how much I trust that. Okay, well I'm done with the shopping for now. We had 22 gold. We need to split up.
Just put it into the guild store, couldn't you?
Everyone gets 4 gold, and then that leaves 0.4, which is 4 silver a piece. I'll put the 4 each, 20 silver in the guild hall.
Oh, so just all get 4 gold.
Yeah, and then I'll put the 20 silver in the guild.
Did you just take the eye out of that so it stopped flicking around?
I did. I yanked the eye out of there. It was driving me fucking nuts. That's
I
how I
didn't
wanted to
press
look at
anything.
it.
I don't know why it started doing that.
By that point, should we quickly buy stuff that we might need? as well?
You also had the manacle, Godfrey. I don't know if that was something you wanted to get looked at.
I'd do that separate. That'd be like a project I want to work on. I want to
Okay.
try to figure out the
Sure.
like.
Now, I'm eyeballing the plate cuirass. It doesn't look like there's a huge disadvantage to that. It
So,
doesn't look like
Yeah,
it's sort of
the one thing
full-bodied.
I wanted to say was this is a Loxodon city, so unless you're a Thanian, the armor's not going to fit you. You could get a helmet or a shield if you're not Thanian, but the plate cuirass, the scale breastplate, would be just for Thanians, so that's Tannic and Braz.
Damn.
Anyone not got an elven scale breastplate? Because if I upgrade to a plate cuirass, I'll be leaving that behind.
I would. What's the defense on that elven skill and what's it weigh?
So it's 1 slot, and it is +2 to armor.
If you just put it in the guild hall, I will probably
Well,
use that.
Leave that there.
And
But
stop.
yeah, I'm definitely going to buy the plate cuirass. Looks lovely.
Would
Put
they
the eye
be
back in
able
there.
to-
Maybe it'll quit bouncing around.
Sorry, Bird, what do you say?
Would they be able to repair my leather cures?
Yes, you could pay to get that. If you take the cost of it and half it, that's how much it'll cost to get it repaired.
Well, does it tell me what it costs?
It should tell you how much it's worth if you click on it.
Oh yeah, fee. So 1 and 5 silver, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will do that.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has anything that's broken, but half the cost of it is how much it costs to get something repaired. And of course, there's plenty of smiths and such here to be able to fix it for you.
Well, I dropped the stuff I broke. I couldn't afford the weight at the
Okay.
time. Yeah, I'm gonna wear this elven skill breastplate. You damn right.
Yeah, I left that in there.
Okay, so that's the
No,
selling
I'm
part done. Only took like an hour.
Stage 1.
Shopping.
Okay, party time. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, do
What's-
you want to do your buying first, or do you want to get onto the crowds? And...
I want to spend my money because I'm afraid of what's gonna
Oh,
happen
yeah.
to me if I don't.
Yeah,
Should we
I'll
race?
admit I've
Haven't-
already just started spending money, so we should probably move straight into that. Sorry.
No, I mean, you can do it anytime you want anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, you guys just go ahead. Just let me know when you're done with your shopping.
I had a shield to replace, so as his first instinct would be replace the shield, and then he saw the plate cuirass, and it was like, ooh,
Ooh.
that as well.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, size me up one of them, sir. Ooh, suits you.
What interesting choice of words.
I'm saying, should we actually rest before actually go partying and stuff? Try and get our health up a bit. And
I think so as well. Maybe do
I
a
definitely
little
could do with a nap.
bless, a bit of resting. Have one night of let's just fucking crash, and then tomorrow night we fucking rock. To be fair though, if you do give Braz a night, he might inadvertently invite half of the guild out with us, though. You know, doesn't look like there's any upgrades to weapons, so I'm sat at 4 gold left after buying myself some new armor.
I just picked myself some supplies up for traveling, a couple of torches and stuff like that. I think going for a mine. Stock up some forebane.
Definitely reminding myself that I might need some gold because the actual rules for doing penance for lost spell has gold amounts.
Yeah, while they're shopping, if you want to, you can go to the temple and take care of that.
The one other thing we might need to buy that I don't see on the list, a donkey for a meal.
Yeah,
I'll
Lucky
Yeah, I was
2.0.
gonna spend. I was gonna spend all the money to do the quest, like to get us ready to go do the quest before I caroused, but I didn't want to like slow us down. So
Just yeah, I mean, I could just say the donkeys were 5 silver a pop, so the donkeys are pretty cheap. The ship was 2 gold, 2 silver. I think the next journey is at least twice that distance, so you probably want at least 5 gold for that. And then if you want a guide, she was 4 gold that time. It's probably again more because it's going to be a longer trip.
This feeds higher level now.
That also
That's if we
yes.
do the mine. That's if we do the mine. We could do other things instead.
And there's other things I had. We still had like those potions we got get identified. By the way, I have a bottle. I had a bottle of seeds we took from the lich's room. It didn't tell me what the seeds did. It just said bottle containing seeds. Like,
Oh, the seeds. Yeah.
I didn't know how to get
Those
those
took 'em.
identified.
Those are rare alchemist seeds. I believe that's the description for them.
Okay, so the description I have just says a bottle containing seeds.
Yeah, so if you took them to the enchanter or an alchemist like you were at earlier, they'd be able to tell you those are just like seeds for special herbs, rare plants that are worth money to alchemists and collectors.
Oh, I would have sold them then, I guess.
Does it have a price on it? No.
It doesn't. It just says a small bottle containing several seeds. I got no price. They don't weigh anything.
Yeah, roll a d10 for me.
How do I get lower die?
You're... So 8 gold is how much you get for them.
All right. Everyone, I'm just gonna put 8 gold in the guild hall actually,
Sounds good. I think
and
that's
that could
getting
be
to the point.
that could be the journey money that I don't want to like risk losing when we carouse or something, or part of it, I should say.
Are we going to seek someone out for the basilisk tongue?
Yeah, we gotta do that too.
Yeah.
Then we had and then the potions we gotta get identified by an alchemist or something, which we're gonna do probably when we go to get the tongue.
So Braz is going to go to the temple because he needs to get that taken care of. Someone else want to go to the alchemist with the stuff to get that done.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. So I mean, getting the thing done for the alchemist is easy. I guess you just want to barter with them to see how much it costs.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so this is making an alloy with it, and then you want the alloy made into like a divining rod of some sort.
I did. That was the option I wanted to take.
Or did you want to get it made into a weapon or something? Because it's metal, you can make it into whatever you can make metal into.
Would it not make the weapon weak though? Or
It would be a regular weapon, it would just have the ability to detect precious metals and gems.
I don't use weapons. So I'll leave that up to anyone who wants to carry it. If you want to carry it as a weapon.
Like, there are like compasses and stuff, like tools
Yes.
for navigation, right? So
Yeah, divining
could-
rods, compass, that would be much cheaper because you're using much less metal. If you were getting the weapon, it would be the cost of the weapon plus the ability.
You also want to get something that's built so it's weightless, so you're not it's not costing your inventory carry slots.
I like the idea of the compass. I like that. A compass point me where I need to go. I like that.
But also, if it can be used as a regular compass, then we might get lost less.
I haven't got lost once yet.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
because
fine.
the compass is spinning whenever I approach Brass for some reason.
Or Dodgel. Or Tannic.
I don't know if I trust a compass meant to point us to metals to actually point us in the right direction.
it can have
That'd be
two
handy.
mediums.
Yeah, it had to have 2 hands, right? One hand points us to the metal, one hand actually points us to the north, like it's supposed to, or whatever.
Godfrey, give me a charisma check as you're bartering to get the compass made. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's see, 9 will get you the compass. 12 will get you a good price. 15 which means you get more than one compass. So you want to roll, you can either try and roll above an 18 if you want to re-roll that with luck.
I'm good with that.
Or if you don't want to use the luck for that, you could just roll me a 1d3.
Roll d6 then. It's a 2.
Okay, so you'll get 2 compasses for that.
Hey, I like that. So that was that, and then I was gonna. This is purely for Tannic. I was gonna see if they would sell the potion of fire breathing, and if they don't, it's okay. But if like they happen to have one for sale,
Oh, if they have one for sale, right, sure.
yeah.
Well, you got 17, so I'll see if they can brew one for you. No, unfortunately, they use all of the compasses.
Well, I tried.
Ah, damn, Firebrain Live and be funny.
I rolled a 7 with a +4, so unfortunately not.
Yeah, it's okay. I attempted it. I attempted it. That was an important thing.
I think
And I kept the eye, right, guys? Like I didn't know if they need the eye as part of the potion for that.
No,
No,
because
I
the
was
eye
thinking
is a protective element. It can be used in a bunch of different concoctions for different, like, protective spells. Ones that raise AC, ones that protect you against magic, ones that protect you against petrification, stuff like that.
Can I get them to make me a potion with that then while I'm here?
Yeah, I'll roll for a second. I'm just making a note so I don't forget to give you the compasses later.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like to protect against petrification. It's just a pair of sunglasses.
I rolled a 5 with a +4.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, the eye was ruined. They will reimburse you. They'll give you a gold because they lost your eye.
I'll take it. It was just extra. I saved it in case they needed it for the potion or something. I don't know. So
I thought
I'll
with a
put that
plus.
one gold in
I
there.
thought with a +4 they got more, but well.
Well, you know, shit happens. I thought about asking Dardo for his luck so you could reroll that. I don't know how that works since you're the one who rolled it. But I was like, can we have them reroll that?
We could do that if
Somewhere
you
Durdle
wanted.
falls over as his luck gets stripped away from him.
But I wasn't gonna do it. I was like, it's okay if we lost it. It was no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to keep that for cruising or something.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if Baz was gonna start casting give his luck back. You know, when he got back from the temple.
Okay, Braz. So you go off and find the Temple of Saint Teragnes.
Oh, yes.
So you approach, big line, not big line, there's a little crowd of humans outside coming in for a sermon, which is act progress as you go inside. You see the priestess is standing there over a bunch of them, they're all kneeling. She's like spilling water into an altar in front of her and giving them all a blessing for the day. And there's a little chime of bells, and then they all get up and take in turns to take her hand and say thank you before leaving again. And eventually you approach. Ah, a Loxodon cleric. We don't see many of you around. This is most pleasing. How are you?
I'll thank her for asking and say I could be better, sister. I have just returned from a long journey and a lot weighs upon my mind because of said journey.
Ah, yes, I mean, I see you look as if you've been in battle. Well, please, come, have tea with me. Tell me about your travels and what ails you.
Sounds lovely. After everything settles, he'll start by telling her a tale that, he has travelled far, especially, far and deep into the Shadowdark, and he has heard of tales of the undead before, but this journey was the first time he has ever truly faced the undead, and unfortunately, it was the first time he, truly called down Saint Teragnes to light the way in such a situation. But upon doing so, she immediately turned her back upon him, and he's troubled essentially.
And do you have any indication or idea why she might have turned away from you at this vital point?
I think he'll give that a thought, and he'll probably wonder if potentially it was because they were in the depths of the holy place for the Vesperian, but he probably won't say that out loud. But he'll also sort of realize, the Vesperian aren't really creatures beloved by the light. They're shadow dark entities themselves. So he'll sort of admit to her that he doesn't really have a solid clue why it happened as of yet.
I see. She look. Do you mind? And she just gives you a look over. She takes your hands in her hand, closes her eyes, and just meditates prayers with you for a moment to Saint Teragnes, asks for her wisdom, her guidance. And you can feel as that sort of warm glow sensation you get when you're in her presence. You usually get it when you're in temples and sermons, but you can feel it right now in this moment between the two of you. And she's clearly communing, at least with the priestess, if not yourself. Your friends that you travel with, are they also followers of our good and godly saint?
They aren't, no, but I hope to be the light that shines and guides them, into her grace. If not necessarily into her grace, but into a better life.
I see, and I think the goddess agrees with you that this is a noble pursuit and one that would really prove to her your ability to convert such tainted creatures over to the righteousness side of law and equity. But I'm feeling from her, as I'm sure you have, that this is a challenging task you've set yourself, not least because of the environment you're attempting to, achieve it through.
They have each weathered their own tribulations on this journey as well, and some may have come out of it not maybe necessarily not having made the best choices, shall I say.
She opens her eyes and looks you straight into your eyes. Says, I fear for you, cleric, that you've chosen something that you perhaps should not be attempting on your own like this. You're putting yourself in harm's way. You're surrounding yourself with dangerous, tainted individuals. And of course, you have the blessing and support of Saint Teragnes, but not necessarily always enough in times of danger. Are you sure that this is a path you want to continue on?
I think it is. I come from far to the north where I first met these my traveling companions, and it was my decision to set us off on this journey. And I must see it through to the end. Not to prove that I can, but to prove that I can do it with my chosen companions.
She like nods along. She's really taking in everything you're saying, evaluating it. Okay. Well, give your prayers at the idol. Make your contribution in penance to receive her blessing and have her powers restored to you. And I think I have something that she wants me to give you, something we've been holding on to for a while. I'm going to go fetch that just now, if that's all right.
No, please.
So
I want you to know, if I was standing there, I'd been very upset on Doodle's behalf about what she said.
Yeah, because she's not talking about you at all. Surely.
He's not talking about me at all, clearly. I want to, torture some poor guy.
So, Braz, it will be 10 gold per spell you need to pay to get your spells back.
I'll certainly need to take some out of the. Well, I'll need to take a fair amount out of the Guildhall store.
I might have some to give you, depending on what he says these spells are, before I spend money. My gold.
That's it. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I do believe cleansing weapon would be phenomenal to get back immediately, compared to turn undead. Those are the only two that I need to pay to get back. I think I just need to rest to get cure wounds back.
I can get
'Cause,
you
like,
some gold for that. I don't really
I know
need
it-
a lot of stuff just now, so.
I know what
Yeah,
all
I've
these
got-
spells do, but one. I just want to know what that spell does before I make my choice.
Cleansing weapon, rather. Sorry, is for 5 rounds you get 1d4 damage, 1d6 versus undead for every hit you make. So an extra 1d4, fire damage on top of your weapon damage.
Well, I know what your spells do. I'm talking about the scrolls for sale in the market.
Oh.
Because I don't know what Scroll of Raven. I can guess what it means,
Oh,
but I want to know what it actually means mechanical wise.
Yeah, we're going to wait for you as well. So, Braz, she's going to come back with what looks to be a torch.
Ooh.
We've been holding on to this holy relic for some time, Braz, but I feel like now this is why it's found its way to us, so that I can pass it to you. Now, it operates much like a regular torch, as you would imagine. It will only last for the hour. However, it is a sanctifier blessed by Saint Agnes herself. So I'm going to give you this magic item.
I'll take it quite reverently.
And if you click on it, you'll see a description of what it does.
I like it.
I admire you taking on this challenge and surrounding yourself with these dangerous individuals. I hope she finds you safely to the other side, and that in her favour, you're able to bring at least one of them across to the side of law.
Thank you for the show of faith. Hopefully I can bring all of us across, not just the one. But yeah, he'll take the torch and sort of holding it in both hands, sort of do like a little prayer nod to the priestess. What was her name again? Sorry, I'll make her.
I kept thinking Athena, and I was like, that's too Greek, but we'll go for Athena.
As in like Athena the Huntress or
Athena the goddess, yeah.
I donated 2 gold, Braz, for your.
Yeah, I should. I'm at 4 gold, so it would be an extra 6 that I need. Well,
I just put 2 extra in the guild halls.
I'll give you the rest and leave you an extra. So how much gold then you've got then? If out of
I think you already did all his. I have enough. I have enough for a scroll. I have like 30 gold on me, but that's only if I buy a scroll. If I don't buy a scroll, then I got plenty of money to help him get his other spells back.
What I'll
I
do
can
is
give them because I'm not spending. I don't really spend a lot just now, so.
I didn't spend almost any last time, so like I had basically two gold's worth, like 2 chips worth of gold.
how do I can just put it to 0, can't I? So if I say that I pay the 10 gold tithe to the church,
Yeah. Just drop it, yeah.
drop it down to 0, and that's cleansing weapon. Turn undead can wait until the next 10 gold spent.
Godfrey was off selling stuff. Braz, you went to the temple. Durdle, what did you want to do while they were doing this stuff?
He's most likely wanting to go and gamble at the pits. Like,
He's
good
like, I'm making
place.
money.
Or he's wanting to maybe socialize with some of the gladiators and stuff like that and just sort of share stories.
Sure. Okay, you come back down there, and right away, one of the guys that runs the place recognizes you. He's like a security safety guard person. And he holds you before you go in. He says, "Are you alone today?"
Yeah, my companions decided to go to the market. They didn't want to tag along, so it's just me. Oblivious. Totally fucking oblivious.
He looks around as if has anyone else noticed that it's you here? Right. All right. Are you looking to fight today, or are you just putting on a wager.
Oh, if there's some fighting going on, I wouldn't mind giving a try for that. But he literally then sort of sits he's standing there and he's sort of going like, "Do I want to fight or do I want to gamble?" It's like, could I do both?
Well, the guy like in his head is thinking, do I want to be responsible for deaths of like more young Torrens today? Well, you know what? There's a couple of the older guys, more experienced guys training. You can go and ask them for a spar, I guess.
Oh, that sounds like an absolutely fantastic time. Also, where's the best beer? Like, just little random small talk and stuff, and then he'll sod off to.
Okay, do you want to go for a drink first, or do you want to go for a spar first?
He wants to go for a spar first.
I'm going to count that this is like relaxation for you, so you can regain 2d3 fatigue doing this.
Oh, Jesus.
Because you're not all out fighting, you are just like throwing punches around, you know what I mean, for fun, taking a few blows, knocking out some
warm-ups.
teeth. Yeah.
That's all my fatigue gone, by the way. This was a restored.
Yeah, you've got like this big, massive Loxodon that's just like an utter like brick shit house, man. And when he sees you, there's a dwarf. There's like, someone actually can take a punch. So you get to properly spar and like you don't have to hold anything back when you're like whacking each other. And you're just gonna have an enjoyable time and just like vent out your frustrations.
And I imagine it's like one of those moments, like his restoration is like working to his advantage. Like he can't really hurt the Loxton, but Durdle can't get hurt either.
Yeah,
It's just like immovable object.
Sure. And then you're only hitting him like 30% of the time as well. So
Oh wow! So it's a good day.
he's like dodging side and side. It's like, you're not really built for damage, are you?
Wait, you're supposed to hurt people? I thought the goal was to not be hurt. Ah, that makes sense. I only just I found out that you're supposed to hold your weapon this way. And he holds the dagger the only way it's supposed to be held. And it comes across as if he's joking, but also as if he's deadly serious at the same time.
Yeah, the Loxodon just like stops awkwardly for a second and then bursts out laughing, because clearly you must be joking. And then it takes you a second to go, why are we laughing?
Yes, exactly.
After you have like a couple of hours of sparring, you like sit down with them to have like a cold brew next door. And while you're sitting there, this old like dwarf comes in with a big long grey beard hanging right down to his knees and shuffles along. He's got this like very tatty looking like robes all over him, and comes over and just like sits right beside you as you're sitting drinking with this Loxton. And then the dwarf like coughs and orders a drink and like sits there nursing it for a moment next to you.
So the next round's on you then, pal.
He looks at you for a moment. You can see like he's got fiery red eyes like yourself. Well, the thing is, Durdle, you already owe me.
I owe a lot of people a drink. You know what? I probably do owe you a drink. The next round's on me.
Holds up his finger to accept the drink from the barkeep. Well, it wasn't a drink that you owed me, Durdle. And he taps you on the shoulder.
And for some reason, his arm hurts a lot more than it normally does.
I would have thought with the amount of blood you've spilled in the past couple of weeks, you might have brought one for me.
Oh, he wasn't told to bring an arm back.
Yeah, Durdle completely oblivious. He's like, huh? Then he puts his hand like on your wrist, and you can feel exactly where your arm was missing before, like as if it's missing now. You of course remember when I returned your arm for you, don't you?
Yep. Oh, feels like you've taken it.
Takes his hand off your wrist for a second, and it just feels normal again instantly.
Oh god, that would be interesting if this is God that has appeared sitting beside him. But
he has a very earthy sort of smell to him.
Yeah, and Durdle is looking at his hand and sort of flexing it, but he just feels sort of this throbbing pain in it.
You pose an interesting opportunity for me, my friend, because of course you are one of my chosen children as a dwarf. But on the other hand, you're not completely, are you?
And slowly turns his head, and of course, his horns grind against his helmet somewhat.
Do you know much about your ancestors, Durdle? About the people that you are descended from centuries past from the south?
Genealogy is not my area of expertise. Smashing people in the face, aye.
Durdle knows a word like genealogy?
You've not heard the tales of your ancestors passed down the centuries from one long-lived beard to the other?
People have told me a lot of things. Some may be true. Most of them probably aren't, because everyone likes to tell me my history.
Takes a drink from his drink. Well, my friend, I'm not going to bother boring you with tales of your history or those that came before you. I will tell you what you can do for me now, though, and how you can retain the use of that arm.
I'm listening.
There is a book deep within a mountain to the south. It has a hieroglyph, a pictograph on its cover of the sun. This book is very old, and it once belonged to a very dear friend of mine. I would like to have it returned to me. Do you think you could do that for me?
So you just want a book with a picture of a sun on it?
Well, this very particular book, but that's how you would recognise it, yes.
Okay, right. You're probably going to need to be a lot more specific. Like, because if I come to you with a book with a wrong kind of sun, and you tell me it's the wrong book, but all you've said is it's a book with a picture of the sun on it, and it's a very particular one, you may need to be more specific. 'Cause I really don't think pissing you off is the right thing.
He puts his
And
open palm. Oh, sorry, on you go.
he's rambling for a bit. Like he goes on about how like he got frozen by a basilisk, and then he basically had a wraith suck out about probably 30 years of his life,
Yeah,
and
and
he's
he'll let you.
just gotten over that.
Yeah, he'll let you ramble on, and then just like open his palm and just put it on your forehead, and you're flooded with the entire like history of your bloodline, going back to this ancient dwarven hold deep within the mountain in the south, where they used to worship Ord. And one of them was like a solar priest, and they channeled the energy of the sun god and used that in like worship of Ord. And this sun tome was like taken from them by worshippers of Shun, who is a rival of Ord. And those people cursed the hold, slaughtered them all, or most of them, and buried it within the mountain so that Ord could not access the tome ever again.
Durdle probably, as soon as the hand's off, literally probably just falls back. Like, he doesn't move. It's just, he kind of just falls back with the sort of reset that's just happened in his brain. And he's sort of laying splayed out on the floor as he's, blinking. And he pops his head up and goes, "Okay, I asked for that. I asked for that." And he grabs the table, pulls himself back up. "Yep, know the exact book you're looking for. And I also know what happened to Uncle Trevor and Auntie." And he just like rhymes off like 20 or so ancestors. 'Cause they don't really do great. I imagine it's not like they do great uncle. It's just they just sort of rhymes off a whole bunch of names. Wait, when do you want this book?
Well, I imagine, as you said, you've lost several years from your current existence, so as long as you can do it before the end of that would suit me.
I think I might put it at the top of the list to do. Right, and he kind of like pulls out like this rag and he sort of puts it on the table because he doesn't have maps, and he goes, "So right, where is this? Where can we get this book?" And he kind of sketches Ivorn on it and roughly where the sort of the river and temple is, and the sort of very rough drawing he does
Yeah.
with like
Yeah,
goes, right,
and
where
he gets like right down to the middle bottom and does a little X with his finger.
Right, so he kind of looks at it and goes, "It's going to take a while to get there. I mean, it took us practically a month to do here and back."
Well, that's perfectly fine, Turtle. You have years of life left, we would guess. And you've got both your arms now, so it won't be a problem for you, will it?
As the arm that's been replaced is acting very, very numb. But I imagine like every time he says arm, it kind of like his arm just sort of stops working briefly.
Twinges, yeah.
Yeah, like the nerves either just disappear or they all fire at once. It's like kind of pins and needles to an extreme degree.
Well, I mean, if you're also concerned about getting through this little adventure, Turtle, maybe this will help you. And he just reaches into his robes and pulls out this little silver circlet that looks as if it's made of like liquid mercury, but it's like a solid, crown.
And Durdle, takes it. It's like, quick. How is this solid? That's Quicksilver. How
Yes.
is this solid Quicksilver?
Well, when you're a master of reality, there's a great many things you can accomplish.
And Durdle sort of like spins it around in his fingers a while, and he's he like takes it up to his eyes and he's looking, and there's like fine engravings and all this along it, and he can't fathom this at all. Like, it smells like mercury, it feels like mercury, but it's not.
Actually, it smells like rot and decay.
Oh, okay. He thinks that's the. It's like,
And
right.
as you're like touching it and your fingers come off it, it like sheds like little strands of spider silk.
Okay, so care to tell me what this reality mercury that's apparently made of silk. As he's like puts his finger and a thumb apart and sees like the web between them, and he tries to like rub it off and things off his fingers.
Well, I'm not demanding you take the item if you don't wish it, Dart. But if you wish to wear it instead of that tin thing around your skull, then it will increase your physical prowess somewhat. However, I think it will slow your reactions in turn. Mechanically, this would give you a boost to your dexterity, but it means you will always be surprised in the first round of combat, and you cannot wear another helmet if you wear it.
That seems fine. He's got an elven helmet anyway, so Dardle will take off the elvish helmet and he'll put on the circlet.
I'll give you.
No, there's no hesitation to it. He just goes, all right.
I'll give you the circlet of Ord.
And it is equipped. Jesus, +4 dexterity. Fucking hell.
Woo! But you are always counted as being surprised, so the first round of combat, you don't get to participate, basically.
Fair. If anyone wants an elvish helmet, they're more than welcome to it. It takes up 0 space.
Very well, my demon friend. And perhaps when you return the book to me, I will allow you to see the other half of your lineage.
I'm guessing the type that gave me these lovely ornaments on my head.
Oh, I think you'll come to find you've been bestowed with a great many gifts.
Oh, hopefully they make the rest of the life easy. They didn't help in the first chunk of my life.
I can imagine Dodo coming in to like the group when we all get together, and he puts this napkin down on the, we gotta go to here, and the napkin is just a circle with the name Ivan, and then like a squiggly line to do the river, and then like a bunch of little half triangles, to represent the forest, and then like the mountain. I'm like, we gotta go here.
It's so rough. You're literally described what I was kind of described, because I was trying to think, like, should I just do like a paint sort of drawing? And it's just like the temple's not in the right spot. He's not really a cartographer. It's just more like, here's some frames of references, and it's in this general vicinity.
Yeah. The whole Ivan's just a big circle with Ivan written in it.
While Durdle's away doing that, Sir Win, where are you?
So we found out what the skull was, but we haven't found an honest person to hand it in.
If that was what the plan was, yeah.
I'm just thinking someone might be honest enough for that.
I was gonna bring that up. I didn't want to interrupt everything. I put that in my spell, by the way. Like if you're wondering where it's at, my story spell.
Your cauldron, yeah.
Yeah. So I took everything else out, and now the only things in there is the skull and the golden crown.
So wait, what was it you were doing again? So I don't know if someone would tail him or
Tail who? Godfrey?
yeah,
He was shopping.
because he was there with the appraisal. I don't know if he would just
He was away.
follow up on that.
Yeah, because he was away getting the compasses. I mean, if you
Yeah.
wanted to, you could go hand in the skull while he was doing that.
Oh, but I mean, it's on Godfrey's person, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in my golden spell.
Yeah. So I think he'd at least check and see if Godfrey is going somewhere else with that.
Oh, he's
He
spying on me.
doesn't-
He's tracking, following me, but not like with
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, Godfrey is not the least trustworthy person, but he is a bit torturous,
A little bit.
So I think if anyone's going to do anything shady with it, it's either him or him.
Right, so you're tailing him not because you trust him, but you're tailing him because he's sketchy.
He's like,
It's to
there's,
see if he immediately does anything with it.
there's a guy with a blood-sucking axe, and then another dwarf with horns sticking out of his head, but he trusts the human at least.
Well, yeah, he's seen what you did to people.
Do you blame him?
As soon as he told me I couldn't make money off of them, they became useless items to me.
And yet you hung on to them.
Well, I mean, I'm not crazy. I don't want other people to have them. I said they're valuable, but they won't make me money. I'm not going to give away valuable items.
They're also hidden in his cauldron, so no one can see them.
Yeah, he can't. And it's not like someone can just search me and like take them from me. They had to.
It's like a dimensional pocket kind of thing.
Yeah. I can also repair items in there. By the way, you didn't have to
And now you
pay
tell
money. Well, I think I asked because you said it wouldn't work on sundered items, but like
Right, yeah.
other type of broken items can be repaired in there. It doesn't work on sundered though. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I think-
tried to take advantage of that already. He told me no.
He'd at least tell him to see like what he was doing on the shopping trip anyway.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Godfrey, while you were out shopping?
I just wanted to know what that spell did in particular before I
The
spent money on
Raven
spells.
one?
Yeah.
So the Raven one is basically used for long distance communication. It lets like an ethereal raven convey a message from one person to another.
I think I remember that from last time. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, like a long distance one way telegram.
Oh, in that case, I don't really. I want the skull fireball, but I don't want that. That's dangerous in my hands. I'd be hitting people. That's gonna be hitting with it. So no, I'm gonna buy it. I'm buying skull by fireball. Alright, I'm out of gold. I'm broke. That was most of my gold right there.
Buy a fireball, okay.
If you're learning that, I will keep my luck for you to re-roll that.
That was the plan, yes. I was going to attempt to, when I got more luck, let's see if Braz could give me more luck before I
Brad's
attempt
can also
that.
try and power everyone luck up against though,
Yeah.
because today has the cast.
I just swap the sacrifice for it or something.
Well, I do have the scroll of sacrifice, but I was just keeping that. I forgot to sell it, so I was just going to keep it in the place till next time.
It might have been a bartering tool.
Ooh, expensive.
Yeah, it's 30 gold. I had 30. Well, I had 35, and then I gave you 2, so now I'm down to 3 gold.
So while you're in the magic store buying the scroll, Godfrey, another patron there, very well dressed man who looks maybe about late 20s at most, with very neat like side cut hairdo. Loxton, sorry, I'm not looking at a human. So I guess he didn't have a hairdo. They really have hair.
He's like
His nostril hair, his trunk
Yeah,
hair is
very well groomed.
luscious.
He's very well groomed, and he's got like lots of earrings down the length of his massive ears, which kind of jingle as he moves around.
tusk rings as well.
Yeah, probably tusk hoops dangling from them. He's got this very pleasant smell of like perfumes from him as well as he's standing next to you in the store. But he's like staring at you the whole time you're shopping, Godfrey, and then when you leave the store, he kind of comes up behind you, not in a stealthy way, but just kind of, excuse me, sir. I couldn't help but notice that interesting pendant you're wearing beneath your robes.
Am I wearing it? Oh, I do have that on. Yes.
He takes his ring off, one of his rings off from his finger, and then turns it to show you the inside of it, and you can see it's the same symbol as your pendant.
Wasn't this like identifying people who worship the lost gods?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I was
I
wondering.
was kind of like
Sorry, yeah.
look around a second. I was just gonna look around. You look around a second, make sure no one paying attention.
He smiles, puts his ring back on. We're quite safe here, my friend. I assure you, no one's paying attention. I was wondering if perhaps I could have a conversation with you as a fellow follower.
Sure.
Sorwin's tailing you, so he's going to tail you as this guy takes you into a very fancy, like, restaurant, and you sit down and he orders, like, the finest wine, and he'll order you whatever you want to eat.
Oh hell yeah! I'm not gonna go anything crazy, but I am gonna get a good meal.
So, I mean, obviously you look...
Godfrey's like, finally, a guy with some taste.
Yeah. Are you a person of, like, expensive taste? Because I know you
No,
like gold.
I like gold. I'm too stingy to spend it on.
Okay, you're one of
frivolous
those, right?
things.
You're a miser, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but I mean, I'll take advantage that he's doing it, but like, otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't do it for myself. No.
Okay, so you order you the finest wine, fine food, whatever you want, and just like let you enjoy that for a moment without interrupting you. So I take it you've been on the road recently by your attire.
Yes, I was out doing some work, making some money.
Oh, that's good. It's good to keep busy. I assume you're a user of the arts, shall we say, given you purchased that scroll just now.
Yes, that is my main focus. My only focus. Yes, honestly.
I see. Is it fair to say then that you are a self-made man? You're not. You're
and-
not the. You're not at the patronage of another.
No. I have no patronage.
I see. Except for, of course, our shared interest.
Well, I wouldn't consider that a patronage per se.
No, quite.
It's more of a lifestyle.
Ah, I see you understand. My name is Kalim. I am a merchant of some repute from a noble family here in the city. What might I call you, my friend?
Godfrey.
Pleasure to meet you, Godfrey. I don't come across many humans down this part of the world. Have you been down here long?
Maybe a month in total.
I see. How are you finding it down here? Are you making yourself plenty of money?
Oh, yes. As you just saw, I spent most of it, but I did make myself money.
Most of it already. I see. And was that mostly spent on your scroll there?
Yes, the majority of it went to the scroll, and then I'm saving some back for another expedition to make more money.
An expedition. Interesting. Do these expeditions take you out into remote regions quite often?
Was the last place considered a remote region? The forest in the middle of
Yeah,
nowhere?
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Fair to say, Godfrey, that you can handle yourself out there in the wild?
With a little bit of help from some companions of mine, yes.
Are your companions also of the lost?
No.
But they are useful tools for you to make use of, yes?
They are very helpful, yes.
You have a great many things in common, you and I, Godfrey. I would like to offer you a friendship, a working relationship, perhaps even a patronage if you were interested. The 35 gold or so that you spent on your scroll just there, you could earn many times over.
I do like the sound of that.
My family have been spending a considerable amount of time positioning ourselves politically and otherwise in the city. It's a very tenuous situation at the top here, you can understand. I'm not sure if you've heard, but the elves have begun to war with each other. this provides an opportunity for families such as ours.
That's true. War is very profitable if you know what you're doing.
Exactly, as long as one is careful about it. So as someone who comes and goes freely and can take care of himself out in the wilderness, I was wondering if you would be open to a job.
What am I smuggling? Or what am I taking?
Oh, it's nothing like that. It's a little more hands-on, shall we say.
Okay. I would like to know the details before I agree. Or at least as many as you can share.
Of course, he says, filling up your wine again.
Oh, this is dangerous. I'm not a drinker, obviously. I don't come out.
Well, he'll be...
Godfrey's drinking level.
Well, as the elves are at war, and you may not be aware, the Loxodon are allies of the Lorels and would be asked to call upon aid. However, the details of that alliance is that they will only be called in if the humans are to be involved in such a conflict. Elf on elf violence is permissible.
And last I heard, the humans have refused to help.
Yes, I mean, why would they want to be involved in a second front? That would make no sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make no sense for us to get involved in a war against the humans. They are much larger armies than us. But if the current leadership were to look weak by decisions that they made in honouring the alliance or not honouring the alliance, whichever way they decide, that would provide opportunity for a change of leadership if they were seen to be weak. So we would like, or I would like to ask, if perhaps you would be interested in stoking the fire a little bit on our behalf. There's a number of outposts on the edge of the kingdom. They're not manned very heavily, just a handful of soldiers. But if one of these outposts was to be ransacked and overran by humans, or at least attributed to humans, that could cause a stir that would be favourable to our current position.
So out of character real quick, make sure I'm following this right.
To hire
wants me
you
to
to make it look like humans attack a Loxodon outpost.
A Loxodonian outpost?
Yeah.
How much? Okay. It doesn't matter which outpost as long as it's
Well,
one on the outskirts.
I have a handful of places in mind, and depending on where your next expedition is taking you, I can point out some that would be convenient for you along the way.
Let's say someone to the south.
Yeah, they've got a bunch they can point out that's like on the route that you'll be taking anyway.
Yeah. Okay. And it doesn't matter how I compass it, as long as it's
As long as it's made to look as though...
contributed to your goal.
Yes, as long as it is made to look as though the humans, in some form or other, have performed the duty. Yeah, performed the act. Whether you want to leave a surviving witness who saw a human attack, or just, I don't know, evidence bodies, whatever skills you can apply to it. We will, of course, be, we have other operations in action at the moment as well, and this will all collaborate and correlate together to suggest that the choices the leadership are making are not optimal for the kingdom.
How much am I getting paid?
He smiles. Well, of course, you'll be richly rewarded for this. And then taken on as a patron. I will take you on as a patron and continue to fund you for as long as you need be here in Loxodonia. If we actually do ascend to a leadership position, who knows where this could take you. But as a basis for this act, we can give you a manor in the city, servants, and let's say a year's living.
How can I get a hold of you to let you know my answer before I leave the city?
Name's Kaleem. He gives you the name. I don't have the name. The name of his family's house.
Right. He said it had a family house. Yeah. So I'm assuming I
Yeah,
could
so you can call in the family house and ask for Kaleem by name, and just say that you're God to one of the servants, and they will fetch him.
All right. Well, before I get too drunk and he convinces me to do something I don't want to, I'm gonna tell him I'll think about it, and I'll let him know in a day or so.
Of course, he leaves you there with the wine and the meal and says, enjoy yourself. This is on me. Take as much as you want. Take as much time as you need.
Hell yeah.
And just let me know what your answer is.
Will do.
And he makes a sign that you don't recognize, across his chest with his thumb and his two fingers spread open. It's kind of weird, sort of symbol and a twist on his chest he makes. I mean, you don't make it back because you don't understand what it is he's doing.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at you for a second. And he says, I'll be seeing you around, Godfrey.
Yeah. Same.
So, sir, when you witness him going in with his Loxodon nobleman and dining before leaving again later, will you
I
stand
might already
outside?
be half plastered before we even get corrals in.
I got in early.
Yeah. Got a little pregame in, boys.
So I'm going to be able to overhear anything, I assume.
You can make me a dex check if you want. See if you can stealth close enough to overhear any of it.
This will go horribly, but sure.
14. That's not bad.
I think you need a 15 at minimum though, because it'd be easy to see.
Yeah, it's a busy restaurant.
Yeah, it'd be easy to see you come down and say, "Hey, there's someone sitting over there."
Well, but he didn't roll bad enough that he got caught. That's the
Yes,
important
yes,
part.
yes. You didn't correctly fail. That's the important thing.
Like one of those moments where he tries to sneak up and someone looks over their shoulder, and as they look, he's gone, so he couldn't get close enough to hear anything. But
If I'd overheard the details of that conversation, even just snippets, I think I'd be more certain what to do next.
As far as I'm concerned, I just got another job going towards the job I wanted to do.
No.
I'm like, this is double payday for
Now
me.
you can use your luck to reroll it if you really wanted to, Sarwin.
I think I'll save it because everyone else has been spending theirs.
Well, you can, Baz can attempt to give us luck real quick. You can make your choice after that. Yeah.
Unless he immediately loses the spell.
Yeah.
Nah.
Cop up 10 gold.
No, I'll hang on to it in case.
Oh, you lost a spell? You don't have it, or?
No,
I think
I was going to say, if I do, yeah, cop up 10 gold.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I mean, this guy might pay me up front for this mission, so I mean, that's what I was trying to get out of it.
I meant to add, would you have given him that you're staying at the guild hall?
What I told him?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have told him I was staying there, but he would have. I wouldn't have hidden the fact that I work as a mercenary for him, so he probably put 2 and 2 together.
I suppose someone probably wouldn't be staying with them, would they?
That's up to you. You can say, I mean, you're not a black sword. You're not technically with them. So if you want, but if you want, you can go and stay. Like I said, where
At
the
the embassy.
Lorelians have, well, not just the embassy, but they would probably have like a small building just for Lorelian merchants and soldiers and people like that are like in the city to stay.
I think, like, someone after seeing this meeting but not being able to catch any of it, he would return to the guild to talk to them when they got back.
Okay,
And
to
then
talk to the rest of them. So do you want to call in at the Lorelian place at all?
He'll do that after this.
Sure. Okay. Tannic, while all this is going on, what are you off doing?
I think Tannic will try and is going to do research on the spore things to see if he can find a way so we can just like in a sense like summon them if he can in a sense, or find ways to make them quick grow in a sense.
To speed up or optimize the process.
Yeah, so basically like he'd like toss it a wee bit in the field with a bit of water or something, and then it'll just start grow a wee minion.
Or that's what you're hoping you can make happen.
I'm hoping to try and do in the end. It's either that or he's just going to do something with the axe, probably try and research to make it probably more powerful.
More powerful, interesting. Well, let's do your gardening first. So, do you want to go to the place of peace, the little like field savannah garden that you discovered here last time you were in the city?
Yeah, because then I'll be able to find possibly some information or research things about it all, about different plants and things.
Sure. Give me a charisma check as you're discussing the guys that were tending the field here. I don't know if we're even going to get to
Well, my
charisma today.
charisma's terrible. My charisma's terrible. That's my only bad one.
Sure. So the problem is you came in to speak to them, and last time they were very welcoming. They took you on board and they talked to you about the lioness, goddess, and how peaceful she was and that kind of stuff. But you are, of course, worshipping Mammon, which is the chaotic, evil lion god. And now that you are now wielding this demon with you and full of blood rage the entire time, you walk into that place and immediately they just like scarper. They move away from you. They're not interested in talking to you whatsoever. And you can't understand why.
Fine, they don't want to be friends with me anymore. I'll just do something else.
As the blood from your axe continues to drip. And maybe you don't even realize it, but you're like holding it in your hand like all the time. You know, you put it away and then you end up just pulling it out again. You're just like walking around with this axe in your hand, dripping blood onto the ground. And as it drips blood onto the ground in this field that you're in, the grass just starts to wilt and die where the blood touches.
That's not good. I need the blood to do something with it. I wonder if blood would work with making the spores into something then I can control.
There is
Or is
a...
blood breeding around for experimenting?
Yeah, give me a wisdom check.
If this to do with herbs, would it be an advantage or just normal?
Just normal. Yeah, you are fucking around with the axe blood and some of the spore seeds when you're suddenly hit with this like rushing sensation and you're like flying above the jungle, above Ivorn, and then you go zhoof, your vision shifts further along the river and zhoof again, going east and then going south, and then you zoom in really quickly on this patch of jungle and it's all like quiet and it's just you and the trees. There's no animals or birds around, and you can see that there's like an entrance to an underground chamber. You walk inside and there is this like very simple looking 2-room tomb. You go through the first room into the second, and there is a stone sarcophagus laid out with all these like symbols of boars and boar-headed men. And some of the axe like shakes in your hand, and you look down and you can see your hand is the axe for a moment, and then it like pulls your arm up forward towards the sarcophagus. What do you want to do?
Let's open it up.
Yeah, you push open the sarcophagus, all the dust comes out, and you immediately remember yourself on the battlefield, being swung around, cutting down enemies, slicing them in half, feasting on their blood, the thrill of the slaughter, like just engorging yourself on their flesh, cleaving through them. One after the other, these Thanians of a species you don't recognize because it's an animal that doesn't exist anymore. And this was a moment where their like civilization was brought to its knees, where you slew the ancient king that ruled over them, and then how the remaining handful of survivors buried their king with all his treasures in this tomb. But of course, they weren't magicians, and their race was like died out shortly afterwards. And as you kind of zoom back into your like regular form, you've got this perfect like map in your head of where this undefended tomb is, and all these riches that just are sitting there, just waiting to be plucked.
See the glint and a smile on his head, in his face with it all, and this sort of taps the axe between his hand. I know where I need to go now.
And at that point, if you want, you just can all meet back up at the guild hall. Has everyone got time to do carousing now today?
I need to finish up.
Yeah, I would like to go for another hour, but I am crashing hard.
No, it's totally fine.
We are a very
do think
special
it's-
group.
Should we just quickly check in with what our group carousing budget is? Because
Yes,
Braz is
sure.
trapped to help out.
I was going to say we're going to rest up first, like our health up and things like that, so we're sort of like a bit refreshed for starting.
There's 10 gold left in our guild store.
I have 6 gold on me for the 6 gold carousing, and then I am flat broke.
Yeah, I put most of mine into the guild. I've only got 2 on me.
So we're wanting 6 gold gets us a 3-day voyage into the finest food, drink, and gambling. So I can subsidize people so we can use like 6 gold each. If we use that, if we do that,
And then we'll definitely have a reason to set out on that next venture because we spent all of our money on upgrades and booze.
Will we
Yeah.
have enough for the travel?
Yeah, you got people the ship and
Um,
stuff still, guys.
We have the skull of sacrifice we can sell after all this.
all right.
That's true.
So 6 gold each for a carousing battle. For a carousing, we're saying then 6 gold.
I think next time we should do a rest. Make
We
sure
could, we
nothing.
could do.
And then potentially, maybe we should talk to the king about his barred son before we go out for a piss up. That might last 3 days. Just,
So get a normal rest, then go see the king the next day, and then
Also, settle up any other debts that we got. I think, like we said, we need to pay the rest of the boat fee. Emeth as well. Do we owe anything to Emeth?
no,
I
took
paid
all
her.
that out in advance.
You don't owe
Oh, yeah,
her,
paid
but
up
if you
front.
wanted to hire her again,
We kind of we paid all the stuff in advance, but we sort of said in a sense that we've paid it all, but it's getting paid at a separate time, that type of thing.
I still have a thing I want to do with Starwin at the elf place, which we'll need to do as well. So
Yeah,
Can
he's
we-
that may be an element to add to it too.
he's intending to take the skull at least with him.
I think it's a bad luck to tell the
Yeah.
king that a member of his family died under our watch when we've got a hangover. So we should probably do that as well.
Yeah, we probably do that first.
Okay, so
So we rest.
when we come back, we'll do a rest. Serwin can do his thing, and you can go see the king, and then we can do the carouse next time.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
what, depending on what that rolls up, will dictate what actually happens next week.
But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get. I guess the skull and the crown would be the proper thing if I could get them off Godfrey. But
Imagine if we lose one of those because
I
of a
don't think I'm
carousing
gonna be able
result.
to.
Like somebody ponies up the skull in a card game or something like that.
Or just pulls it out to a cop and says, "Hey,
Well, Well,
Here,
I'll
mate,
be.
wear this. It'll help.
Listen, I'll be highly inebriated. I don't know. I gotta cast a spell first to succeed.
We're gonna have to do one of those sessions where we have to like retrace our steps slowly, remembering things that
Yeah,
we've forgotten
dude,
from the
where's my
previous night. Yeah.
No, I don't
Alright,
think even drunk. I don't think Godfrey would bring those out.
The Godfrey, show a party trick in your new fireball. Boom.
I might cast some magic, I certain, but I don't think I'd pull out the skull or the crown. Yeah.
So
I thought you would drink
Godfrey-
crying in the bar saying, "My crow! I lost my crow!"
no, it'd be more like
Godfrey
as well.
drunk would incite a war against the humans, but he wouldn't pull out a skull. Nah.
it's less likely to be crying over the crows and more likely to be like just ranting to other patrons, like, "See these fucking crows? I'd be at double
Crows,
digit
yes.
self if it wasn't for them."
yes, that's what I would do.
I shouldn't
Actually,
be this sad. I know it's the second one I've had, but oh fuck me, this
It's-
one really hurts.
that's the third one. That was the third go.
But that we know of.
Just named the crow something like Martin the Third, and then Martin the Fourth is now here.
His name in when I opened up the character sheet was Crow the Third. So
There's also a chance with all these rich people you're talking to that they might help fund your expedition in some way.
well, that I wasn't. I'm not gonna hire. I'm gonna tell him I got a job, and then maybe if I work things out, I can get the the fees, the traveling expenses paid for to go all the way down to this place while we go do this job. That was the plan, anyways. So I wasn't worried about it too much.
Also, got to be the first session we finished, and not everybody's used their luck.
We still have 2 uses. Oh my god.
Okay,
Used for the rest in a safe hotel room when nobody's going to do anything.
Remind me to cast Bless at least twice before we go for a rest next time.
okay, guys. I hope that was
I
okay.
kept bringing it
know
up,
we
I was
didn't
like-
really do much.
I kept bringing up the spell. The spell.
Hey,
We knew it
buddy.
was going to take time to sort everything anyway. We knew it was going to be a big one trying to sort everything.
I thought we would have got the crowds done though. I did
Well,
have a bunch of scenes I wanted to do for everybody. So
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like we all had like a little personal scene. I didn't expect that either. I thought we would just sell, then go straight to co-housing.
But I'm sorry for denying you
magic
the Elven Embassy one.
it's fine. It's just time.
Yeah.
I mean, we only play.
for-
We only play for like 3 hours usually. Right?
Yeah,
I thought it was normally 4, but
7
Or
till
2 to
7 to 10. Sometimes we go at 10:30 for like the extra half hour, but it's,
Yeah.
usually it's not.
well, guys, well, everyone have a good week. I'll speak to you next weekend.
Cool, catch you later.
See you for
Cheers,
next
boys.
one.
Bye-bye.
Yep, take care.